All right. Hopefully you guys could hear me. Make sure Anthony's on that he gets on Twitter, and then one of you guys are on YouTube, so y'all can make sure that I'm good to go. I just pushed start, right? Am I on start? Am I good? Okay, where? I hear music. Oh. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, hold on. Let me start the clubhouse room first. Let me make sure this is it. This is the actual one right here, right? I want to make sure this is the right start button, because sometimes when we do this one right here. All right. Okay. All right, let me see, make sure, and go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure that I am good to go. Okay, it doesn't have the title at the top. All right, Conrad, Ian, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. So do you guys see the 10? Do you see the title of the room at the top?
No, I don't. I only see the Winning Real Estate title.
I'm closing this room down, guys. All right. Close this room, please. Let me make you moderator. Let me see. I'm gonna close this room down because this is not the right title.
Okay.
Close that. This is the room right here. This is right here. Start event. This is it. Okay, that's where we made the mistake last time. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm starting this event right here. Boom. All right. That's the one. I think we got it. Okay. Okay. All right. What's up, Ian? Did y'all shut down the other room?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Good morning.
Okay, I am publishing this space now. Are we good to go over here? All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're rocking and rolling on the 1 and 2s, and we're going to be talking about 10X VETS Explained. Good morning, everyone. My name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor. Did you guys shut down the other room?
Yes.
Okay, outstanding. Make sure we're doing the right thing now. I think we got this thing figured out and dialed in. Outstanding. I see some people. What's up, Matt? I see you in the listening lounge, man. Are you guys ready to go? If you're excited about what we got to talk about today, we are live on Facebook. So it's 42 people here right now. I think this is going to be a stupid room, guys. Today's going to be a good one. So I see Anthony. Here's the deal, guys. We're going to be talking about 10X VETS Explained, and then guess what we're going to be doing? If you stay here long enough, we're going to show you guys, if you're a real estate professional or you're a veteran, how to win with the VA loan. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. And we're gonna put this on the Facebook link at the top so you guys could see us real time. Okay, I'm gonna post that Facebook link at the top so you guys could see it. Okay, and then also, if you stay here long enough, we're going to put our YouTube channel up here so you can subscribe and get this information. Okay, we've been investing in real estate. I've been investing in real estate since 1998. I'm a buy and hold investor. We own the Liberty Group. Okay, we used to own a Remax franchise, and then we switched over to a different brokerage so we can go national and viral with 10X VETS. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. Before we get started, all of the 50 people that are here right now, I'm going to respectfully ask for you guys to raise your hand and get on stage. I see my brother Anthony Renew. I see Rosie. Invite them up because those are our teammates. I see Carrie Ann is here. I want all of you guys to do me a favor. Hit the little clipboard down at the bottom next to the bald-headed man with the plus sign and the microphone and get on stage, because what we're going to be talking about today is how to win with the VA loan. And we're going to start with the VA construction loan. We're going to explain it. Okay. We're going to explain it. Let me see. Raise your hand. I'm inviting you guys to raise your hand and get on stage so I can invite you guys up. Okay. Ian, Sierra, let me make you guys moderators. And then I'm going to pin that Facebook link at the YouTube channel. Ian, can you put the YouTube channel at the top?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right. So we're going to put the YouTube channel and the Facebook group at the top. We're going to start with the let's do the Facebook group first so they can do question and answer so we can actually physically see it. Okay. We'll do that. So I'm going to post the YouTube, actually I can do it right now. I can do it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to post that. And then after that, we're going to be talking about how to win with the VA loan. We're going to start with the VA construction loan. So we can show you guys how we rock on the ones and twos. I see my brother Stack Pack is here. Let me make him a moderator. Thank you guys for pulling up. I see Terrence, my brother, that's here. Okay. And then Dante, I see you wanted us to record this information. You will be able to get this information and reference it on our YouTube channel. We're live on Twitter also, and we're coming to a social media near you on Facebook in our Facebook group. So the Facebook Winning Real Estate Facebook group is at the top, and you can see me and brother Ian Jensen rocking on the ones and twos. Without further ado, I'd like to go over to my sister Sierra. Sierra, can you introduce yourself? Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sierra Taylor. I am a real estate professional here in Southern California. I work alongside Anthony, Ian, Bruno, the other Anthony, Carrie Ann, Stack with the Pack, Rosie. Who else is in here today? Our entire 10X VETS team. I am also a board member for multiple nonprofits, as well as an educator for 10X VETS and a realtor, as I mentioned before. And I am also an accountant. I look forward to talking about our collaboration in the creation of 10X VETS.
Outstanding. Let's go. Yeah, I know I like that sound, man. I've been drinking a lot of water, so that sound makes me want to go to the bathroom. Without further ado, I see my sister Rosie. Rosie, can you unmute your mic, let the people know who you are and what you do, sister?
Yes, of course. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday morning, and I actually am here. I'm a active veteran. I'm in the Navy currently, and I'm also a real estate professional. And of course, being a mom, that's a job within its own. So I'm really happy to be here, and I'm happy to, allow other people to know how to use their veteran benefits and progress for their family.
Man, we got these Navy people in the building, man.
Yes, the best kind.
Oh.
Right, Sierra? Come on now, Anthony.
It is.
Oh my God,
Got
here
Navy.
we go.
Got Navy.
Oh my God, here we go. Man, I love it, man. Put a heart emoji in the chat if you guys support that. Oh, I got my man Matt in the building. United States Marine Corps. 1, 2, 3, 4, Marine Corps. That's what you've been asking for. Finally, we got a Marine in the building. What's up, Matt? Happy for you to join us. And then I got another Navy person, man. Dante Smith in the building. Terrence is in the building. We got some, man. Guess what, man? I got an announcement to make. We have 76 winners in the Win in Real Estate House today. For those of you who have the red ticket, if you click the W at the top by the title of the room, you can join the house. Get that ticket get that red ticket and join the house. And then above my head, if you want to ask questions or see us, we are simulcasting. Right now, Ian is representing the 10X brand and I am representing the Win in Real Estate. So I'm super excited for everyone to be here. And guys, we got a lot of information to kick with you guys. Let me tell you how the pace is going to go because I want to get to the teaching real quick, okay? Number one, we're going to be talking about giving you guys a couple of nuggets about the movement that we have, 10X VETS, and how we landed that. We're going to teach about 10, 15 minutes. We'll give a couple of mod introductions, and then we'll open it up for questions. Before we get started, and we go to Bruno for a quick introduction, and then Anthony Renew, and then my brother Stack Pack in the building. What up, Stack? And then my sister, Dr. Ashley, that is here rocking on the ones and twos with us. Okay, that's the next mod introductions that we're going to go in that order. But I want to know if you guys have any questions about the VA loan before we get started. Is there anyone in the room that has a VA loan question? Anybody? All right. Okay, what's your question?
Um, what are the benefits of using a VA loan in the current market?
Bingo. And I see my sister. Okay, so the question is, what are the benefits of utilizing the VA loan in this market? I'm going to yield the mic to Carrie Ann Ellington. Carrie Ann, are you here? Carrie Ann Ellington. Okay, let me tell you how to
Sorry,
unmute you.
yes, I'm here. Sorry. I
Okay,
know I'm
Carrie
on
Ann
mute.
over there. Carrie Ann
I'm
eating
actually
she eating them plantains over there, man, from the islands.
no, I'm actually closing two VA loans right now. So I'm busy. Sorry. Hi, I'm Carrie Ann. I'm with Military Mortgage Group. I'm a loan officer, but also with the 10X VETS team. So the benefit of the VA loan, there's a lot. Of course, it's one of the best programs out there. There's no down payment. The interest rates are significantly better with a VA loan right now in this market. And then a lot of people are still helping with closing costs. So it's just a better program, stronger program right now than any other programs out there.
Outstanding. And then that's really good. That's a really good segue into what we're going to talk about next. What are the benefits? Can you guys put that in and listen, you do not have to be a veteran to invest with the VA loan. You do not have to be a veteran to invest with a veteran with the VA loan. Okay, let me reset the space because we have 85 people here right now, 48 winners. Here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. If you guys are on stage, I want you to hit that little ball headed man with the plus sign, and I want you to ping as many people as you can into the room. Okay, ping as many people as you can in the room. And then down, you'll see a little up arrow for the people that are in the listening lounge. I want to grow this space really quick. I want to set a goal of 300 veteran supporters. So if you support veterans, okay, and you know a veteran that you want to support, I want you to put a 1 in the chat right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you support veterans, okay? And the reason why I'm asking this, guys, is because we need your help. So on social media, what we would like for you guys to do is I want you to ping as many people as you can in this space. If you guys are putting a 1 in the chat, you love veterans, you love the United States, you love America. Okay, I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat. The reason why I'm asking you guys to do this is because if you're in the listening lounge, respectfully, we're going to ask you guys to be a part of this movement. Okay, here's what we're going to talk about: how to win with the VA loan. Okay, how to build your business around VA loans. How our team, everybody say our. Unmute your mic and say our if you're on stage.
Hours.
Hour.
Our now somebody's from the South, man. I heard somebody say
Terrence.
ours with an S. Who's that? Who's that? Is that my brother Terrence? All right, so that's right, brother Terrence. How our team was able to get a multi-million-dollar deal off of Clubhouse by supporting veterans. Now, if you guys want to be a part of that, if you're a real estate professional or a mortgage professional or you are a civilian, you can help us right now by helping us get more people into the space. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. You do not have to speak, okay? But I'm going to ask every single person in the audience to raise their hand. And we're going to talk about how we were able to land that deal and how you guys could be a part of that. If you stay here for about 45 minutes, we're going to post a link and show you guys how we're going to Miami, and Grant and Elena Carter on our marketing and advertising for us to get more veteran investors and more military spouses into the VA loan space. All right, let's freaking go. All right, so here's the deal. Now I want to yield the mic to my brother Anthony Renew. Anthony, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, can you give us 2 benefits of the VA loan? And then I'm going to pass the mic over to my brother Jake that's in the building also, okay? And the reason why I'm passing the mic around is because JP, as you can see, okay, we are better than me. Now, I'm going to show you guys who's on our team right now. Sierra, Ian, Anthony Renew, okay? Stack Pack with marketing, Dr. Ashley, Carrie Ann, Rosie, okay, Bruno, okay, Sasha, Jake, okay, and then Catherine, who just and my sister Jess Nascimento, Bruno Nascimento, that's Bruno. That's Bruno's boss right there, Jess. If y'all know, she's the one who created this whole movement. No, I'm joking. Bruno going to send me to the goo. But guys, we work in unison for one goal, and that's to get more veterans into homes because we want them to own a home they defend. And complementary to that, we created a spouse movement. And guess what? The ladies are going to be running their own clubhouse room by the end of the week. They're setting up a room for military spouses. That's what Elena wants to do. So Elena Cardone is going to partner with the ladies that are in the 10X Vets movement, 10X military spouses, and they're going to be holding spaces to uplift and get more military spouses into business. Okay, so that's going to be a magnificent move. That's going to be an advocacy for military spouses getting into business and also how to utilize the VA home loan benefit to become investors. Okay, so that's going to be super dope because we're solving a big problem. Okay, so 30% of military spouses is 30% higher than regular spouses in unemployment because they're always in the shadow of the veteran. So I think that is the most important piece. They're the most powerful piece on the chessboard is the military spouse. So the veteran wouldn't be able to go out if the family wasn't in order. So we want to recognize and uplift them and then actually give them an opportunity to join forces with us. So if you guys want to be a part of that and support that, I'm going to ask you guys, if you support military spouses, I'm going to ask you guys in the audience to raise your hand and get on stage, and moderators, please bring them up. So now I'm going to yield the mic over to Anthony. Anthony, what are some of the benefits to the VA home loan benefit?
So, two I personally enjoy. Actually, I'm dealing with clients right now. I just left them. And real quick, for those that don't know me, Anthony Renew, mortgage professional and real estate professional in San Diego, along with the team here, all the outstanding individuals up here on stage. So I have a couple. They're both military, both young officers. One's prior enlisted. And husband had a previous relationship, has a property on the East Coast. And they came to me and they said, hey, we want to use my wife's entitlement, but you know, and I don't know if I could do it because it's California and, I have to be on the loan. And I said, well, you can use your VA more than once. So that's one benefit I love is that you can use it over and over again. I've done that. And then I approved him for 1.3 mil. And the last time he bought, there used to be limits on the VA loan and now there isn't. So he was super surprised by that. So that little condo they were going for is out the window. Now they're going for a house. So those two things right there, I have to say, it's helping this family. And it's two things that I've enjoyed about the VA loan myself.
Outstanding. So number one, okay, and Bruno and Sierra and my brother JP are going to be running the chat. Okay, so this is a no pitch, no spam zone. If you got questions in the chat, I'm gonna elect our teammates to make sure those questions get pulled up and get put in the chat, guys. And the reason why we want to do that and we want to monitor the chat because we don't want a bunch of spam in there. And we want to make sure all of your questions get answered. So number one is the VA loan does not have a limit. That is correct. So whatever I would like to yield the mic to my brother Ian. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you talk about the VA loan limit real quick? Okay, and then I have to go. I want to get to Dr. Ashley, and then make sure she gets an opportunity to introduce herself.
Absolutely. Okay. VA loan limit. Okay, if it's your first time using it, like you've never ever bought actually that's not totally true. So if you've never used it before, there is no VA loan limit. Or if you have bought a house and then either paid it off or refinanced it under another loan product and you do not have any other VA loans out there into the loan universe, you do not have a limit on the amount of money that you can borrow at zero down. Huge opportunity. Talk to Bruno. He really maxed it out and did a great move. He'll probably tell his story later on today. But you can buy up to as much as you can afford with your VA loan. So the only time limits do come into play is if you already, so say if I was active duty and I was stationed in San Diego, I bought a house and then I got repositioned, I got a PCS to North Carolina. So the only time a limit would come into place is if I did not refinance or sell that other home and I still retained that loan underneath my VA loan entitlement, I would then be faced with a limit on the amount that I could borrow at zero down. So that doesn't mean if I only have $300,000 of entitlement left, if I want to buy a $500,000 house, I can still buy that if I can afford that. The only time the limits come into play, it doesn't limit the amount you can borrow. It limits the amount that you can borrow with zero money down. Okay, so in that example I was just using, if I had $300,000 of entitlement left and I want to buy a house that is worth $500,000, I have to come into the deal with 25% of the difference. So I would have to come in with 25% of that $200,000. So
Okay,
that'd be
pause
50.
right there. Pause right there, Ian. I got a little bit of real estate trivia. All right, here's a little bit of real estate trivia. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for some real estate trivia. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for some real estate trivia. Let's see if you guys can pick this question up. I'm gonna provide a scenario. And Riot, I see that you got you got a question. We're gonna come back to you. Okay, here's the deal. All right, here's the trivia. Okay. Veteran moves to California. Veteran buys a property in Newborn, North Carolina. Okay, and he uses his VA loan. Okay, boom. He has $300,000 left on his VA entitlement. He moves to California, and he wants to buy a $310,000 property. Okay, so here's the trivia right now. Sierra, can you help me out? See, my sister Sierra is going to help us out in the chat. Okay, Sierra, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Sierra, put the 300,000. I want you to write the scenario. Vet is bought a property in North Carolina. He moves to California and he wants to buy a $310,000 property. He has $300,000 left on his VA entitlement. He wants to buy a $310,000 property. Okay, here's the question. How much money does the veteran have to bring to the closing table?
$2,500.
Bing, ding, 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 ding. That is correct. Now, I would like to yield the mic to any of the moderators that are on stage that know VA loans, okay? Why is that number $2,500? Why is that number $2,500?
Because it would be the difference of basically what is left over from his entitlement, which is 10,000, 25% of that.
Bingo. Put a heart emoji in the chat for Sierra because she is right. Now, my sister Sasha Renew is going to send Sierra a gift card to go buy a Bentley for $300,000. Thank you very much, Sasha Flowers, for volunteering at $300,000 Bentley. And it needs to be pink, okay, with a W on it for winning real estate. Let's go.
Anthony Renew laughing at that comment.
Anthony Renew's like, I'm going to Keller Williams. All right. Okay, man. So this is the type of stuff that you guys are going to learn. And if you guys want to be a part of that, listen, if you're a real estate professional or a mortgage professional and you're in here right now and you want to support vets, put a 1 in the chat. If you're a real estate and Dante, listen, guys, Dante's trying to get me on a hook. He wants to join the team. Okay, Dante, we got you. Okay, if you're a real estate professional or mortgage professional, you're in this space right now, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you're here and you are a real estate professional or a mortgage professional, or you're looking to get your real estate license. Okay, and put a 2 in the chat if you have served in the armed forces. I want you to rep your branch of service. Now, you could be a military brat and your father or mother was in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard. Okay. Or you could be served in the military, or you have a child that's in the military. I want you to put rep your branch of service in the chat right now. Without further ado, all right, let me see the check-in. All right. We got the Navy. All right. Who y'all, whatever y'all say for y'all motivation call. We got the USMC. Hoorah. Okay. All right. We got Air Force in the building. I don't know what y'all's, we got, and then we got the Army in the building, with the, coming in last place there. Whatever y'all say on the mic, man. Shout out to the Army, man. We love the Army, y'all. Okay. All right. So now here is here's what I would like to do. Okay, moderators, let's see here. Stack Pack, are you here, brother?
Of course I'm here. What we doing?
Man, Stack Pack, man, burn it up, man. Let the people know who you are and what you do.
Listen, at
Stack
the end of the
Pack, let's
day,
go get
listen,
spicy,
what
Stack
we
Pack.
doing? We getting spicy in here. Look, first of all, put some fire emojis in the chat for Anthony, right? I want y'all to see what it's about, right? The 10X, the collaborations, the community, right? Let's get up in the chat ASAP. Get up in the chat, get up in the chat. I need y'all to fire it up right now. This is what it's about. Coming together, right? That collaboration part. Anthony knows since day one. I want to congratulate Anthony on this and also thank you because he's helped me on this journey, right? Helped me in different ways, business aspects, right? Because I didn't have it all together. I didn't have it all figured out. I'm still young. I'm still coming up, but I'm blazing the trail. And Anthony, to see that light and to see me coming and to pour in, bro, you have the biggest heart. I love you, bro. And I'm just proud of everything we're doing right here. And I'm proud to be a supporter of the VA loans, the God's here, the guys, you guys are doing amazing, all the real estate. I'm just proud of you guys, and I'm just ripping and running with the media. So I do that. I'm going to be on TV at the end of this month, which is going to be crazy for my career because it's going to take it on a different level. And I also have some big things with a couple other brands that I'm launching. And I just can't wait to help out over 1 billion people here while I'm doing it. Congratulations to Sierra for coming out in a new magazine. Ashley's coming out in a new magazine. You know, Anthony's always getting coverage with me. And I just can't wait to feature more people. It's like the impacts. If you could tell your story, if you can reach to people, right? If you can help them, motivate them to tell their story, that's what I care about. It's not even really, about me anymore. It's about how many people I can help. So appreciate you, Anthony, for helping me along this journey. Appreciate all you guys for always helping people in their journey and what they have going on, bro, because that's what it's about, man. How many people you can help. If you're not on the table, you're on the menu all the time. So that's why I come hard. I come fierce. I let people know, I'm the authority in my lane. So you can't stop it. That's like trying to stop a storm, right? You can't stop a storm. You can't stop the fire. And no matter who hates on you guys, it doesn't matter. Your light will always shine through all that. Repeat myself. Your light will if you guys feel like your light will always shine through that, put some ones in the chat real quick. Get active. Get active in the chat. Your light will always shine. It doesn't matter who throws what on you. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter the trials, the tribulations. You will always come out shining. And that's what I love about this journey because it doesn't matter what comes my way. I'm able to maneuver. I'm able to go there, and I'm able to come out on top. And that's what it is for me. Like coming out on top, doing this media, doing the billboards, doing the magazines, going hard and being consistent. You have to be consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency is valid. Consistency is everything for me. And you guys are, great hair. And I love you guys. And keep going hard. Big stack, no slack. Anthony, let's burn it up, man. You know what it is. I got your back for life. Let's go.
Man, why he got a machine gun and this is all I got. Man, he got the machine gun mowing down everything. This is all I got right here, man. Stack Pack got me losing over here, man. Look. I'm taking L's over here, man. Stack Pack, appreciate you pulling up, man, and bringing the energy. And let me reset the room, guys. VA Loan Explained. Today, I'm burning it down with all of my friends on Clubhouse, and I see some of the people. If you want to see our face, you'll see that we're doing some unique stuff, man. Right now we're on Twitter live, okay, and we're also live on YouTube, and we currently have 11 people on our Facebook group. So if you guys actually want to see our face this morning and say good morning, you'll be able to see that me, Ian, and Bruno are here, and my sister Sierra, she's probably working right now, but she's here in the building. My sister Sierra is in the building, and guys, we are live. How do you see that? If you click the link above my head and click and join the Facebook group, you'll be able to reference this information and go back to it so you can actually learn how we were able to how we are going to reach. Right now, I want every single person in this space to put 21 million in the chat. I want you to put 21 million in the chat right now. 21 million in the chat. 21 million, 21 million, 21 million, 21 million, 21 million. Okay. All right. There's 60 people here right now. Let me explain what that means. Okay. 21 million. Grant and Elena Cardone said that there's 21 million active duty service members or veterans in the United States or national. He says that he's going to help us reach that 21 million people. And he said, either you guys want to collaborate with us. What did he say? Can anybody remember what he said?
I sure do. He said, we got to find out who our biggest competitors are because they're either going to collaborate, right? Or we're going to crush them.
We're going to
That's
collaborate
it.
or crush them. We're going to collaborate or crush them. That means Federal Navy. That means AAUS. That means Veterans United. They're not telling, this is what they're not doing for veterans, okay? They teach you how to get your home, but they're not negotiating for you, okay? They will give you the loan, but they won't help you negotiate the property. They will help the veteran get the property, but they have nothing. Now, let's really let this sink in, guys. USAA and Navy Federal are two of the main big banks. When was the last time that they sent out anything making sure that military spouses are getting the support to get back in the job force? When was the last time you got a text message or email from them telling you to put your property in a trust? When was the last time they told you about the VA construction loan? When was the last time they told you that there's no minimum credit score for the VA loan? Well, what about, why are they not telling you that you can buy multi-units? Why are they not telling you that you can do a cash out refinance to invest in more real estate? Okay. All you get is bills from USAA, Navy Federal. Okay. And all you get is a loan from Veterans United. So guess what? We've partnered with Grant and Elena Cardone to reach 21 million veterans. Now, I'm gonna yield the mic to Ian, because Ian, I want you to do some math. What's 21 veterans times 21 million times? I want you to do 21 million times $20,000. Can you do that for me? And I'm gonna come back to you. I want you to give me that number. Okay, 21 million times $20,000. I'm gonna go.
I gotta turn my phone sideways for this.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go to my sister, Dr. Ashley. Ashley, are you here to introduce yourself? And then I see Jake and JP. I want them to introduce themselves, and we're gonna go back to questioning. So right now, Dr. Ashley, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hey y'all, good morning, good afternoon, good
Hey,
evening,
y'all.
wherever you are. Hi, you doing okay today?
Hey, y'all. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, my bad, Dr. Ashley. I didn't want to interrupt you. I was just trying to harmonize with you. That hey, y'all.
No, you did that on purpose. And your hey y'all, you keep trying to make it sound like mine, but it doesn't.
Okay, out.
Go ahead.
You always doing the most. Matter of fact, you know you got that. Introduce yourself, tell people who you are and what you do for me, right? I just thank you.
At ease, Ashley. At ease. Okay. All right. At ease there, war fighter. Go ahead.
Just letting the people know. Hey, y'all. I'm Dr. Ashley V. Wilkerson. It's a pleasure to be right here in the building with the Win in Real Estate team. I am a speaker and leadership expert motivator. I'm speaking at the BMW Annual Minority Supplier Diversity Conference next month. So if you can be there, you definitely want to tap in because it is for veteran owners, minority owners, and women owners who have businesses. So you want to tap into that. And I am a supporter of the team, happy to help, especially with the development of the military spouses. So looking forward to that work in particular. Here to listen, learn, and support as always. Thank you so much.
So Dr. Ashley is actually auditioning for the president of Gerber Car Seats as well. So we want to make sure that we vote. Dr.
That's what we're doing.
Doctor, my bad, Dr. Ashley. Let me quit messing with you guys.
Listen, I'm 4'9", 5.5 inches. Give me all my inches. I talk tall. I walk tall. Don't do me. Don't come for me.
Dr. Ashley, thank you for supporting him.
Let
Guess
him know,
what?
Ashley.
And Dr. Ashley, guess what? Dr. Ashley is becoming a real estate professional to help us grow this space. So put a fire emoji in the chat. I'm going to say it. So now you're going to have to complete it, Dr. Ashley. Dr. Ashley is joining our 10X VETS movement. So shout out to Dr. Ashley for being one of the first OGs to joining our space. Let's freaking go. All right. So now let's get back to the questioning. Okay. So Jake and JP, I got you guys next. Okay. For mod introductions. And then Jess, I got you next. So make sure you flash your mics if you're here and you're ready to speak here in a few minutes, because I'm going to be coming to you. I know y'all be cooking and doing all types of stuff, but I want to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. So Ian, what's that number that we got?
400. billion.
$400 billion in revenue.
$420 billion.
For the for those of you who smoke the grass reefer 420, that's nah.
Oh
Listen,
yeah. Oh yeah.
for $420 billion in revenue, okay? All by serving the community. We would not happen to do that. We would not be able to do that if it was not for you. $420 billion. Guys, you guys could be a part of that movement. Okay. And we're going to show you how if you stay here. So let's get back to the questions. What's the next question that we have? Okay. So the next question that we have is, what is the minimum credit score for the VA loan? I'm going to yield the mic to moderators. Who wants to jump in and take that one?
Hey, good
I
morning,
got it,
y'all.
man.
Good.
Go, JP.
JP,
You
go
got it,
ahead.
brother.
Jump in. JP, let's let JP take this one. JP, you got it, brother.
Hey, good morning, everybody. JP here, part of the 10X Vets crew, part of the movement. Fired up this morning to be in here and through basically educate you guys on what the VA home loan is and the benefits of how to use it and how to maximize it for all the active duty service members and all our veterans. So to answer your question, Anthony, there is no minimum credit score, obviously, to qualify for the VA loan. So there is no score.
Bingo. Okay. So now I would like to, Bruno, can you explain? Okay. I'm going to go to Bruno because I know Bruno came off mic. Can you explain an overlay and why banks put those in place? And then Ian, I want
Yeah,
you.
most
I'm
definitely,
going
yes.
to come to you next for something, and then we're gonna get some mod introductions as well. Go ahead, jump in.
Cool. Hey guys, so by the way, my name is Bruno, and I'm down here in Southern California, a part of the crew like everybody else here on stage. Also a real estate agent, real estate investor, recently retired veteran, and also one of the educators from the Veteran Homeowners Club, which is our nonprofit. And but getting straight to it, man. So an overlay, okay. So what an overlay is ultimately going to be some additional restrictions, right, or limitations that that a bank will set for themselves. Okay, a lot of times it'll be something that kind of lays out what their tolerance is for certain risk or certain things that they're able to lend to or not. But now this is the difference, and this is the important part between understanding what the guidelines are and what an overlay is. Okay, so an overlay is set by a respective lending institution. Okay, so a lender may have a specific requirement, right, for them internally to say, okay, hey, you know, we're not going to lend to anybody that doesn't have a 620 FICO score. Okay, but now you guys just heard it here first, man, and JP just dropped that knowledge on you guys is that there is no minimum credit score requirement per the VA guidelines, which just means that if you go to a lender and they tell you that 620 is the limit, that's just the limit for them. It means that you should be going to somebody else, but it all starts with you connecting with us first. We are the conduit for you to kind of help mitigate the process, okay, and kind of streamline the process so you're not spinning your wheels and talking to people that are only going to be giving you what their overlays are and not telling you what the guidelines are. Tony talked about it earlier when he was talking about all these other bigger banks and some of these people, right? Nobody is out here advocating for veterans the way that we are, and no one is really willing to kind of take things on to go help find the solution to the problem. So the last thing that I'll say before I land my plane is, for those of you who think that you can't get started and you can't do anything because of your credit score, okay, I'll ask you this: are you able to approve yourself to give yourself a loan? Okay, if the answer is no, okay, if you can't approve yourself for the loan, then why are you disqualifying yourself? I'll land there.
Oh, that's a big one right there, guys. So that's crazy right here. I see Riot Pack said that he was going to go to Veterans United. Did you guys know that there was a lot? Look, I'm gonna prove a point to you guys. If you've heard of Veterans United, put a 1 in the chat. If you've never heard of Veterans United, put a 2 in the chat. If you heard of Veterans United, put a 1 in the chat. If you haven't heard of Veterans United, put a 2 in the chat. Now that sounds like that company will be supporting veterans, right? But I'm gonna prove a point to you guys. Did y'all know that Veterans United got sued for over $1 million for overcharging veterans? Who knew that? Who knew that? Does anybody know about that? Anybody on stage know about that or read that?
Yes.
Okay, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so they settled several times prior to that as well, but that particular case, I just kind of read the headline. I didn't look into it, but they kind of gouged with additional fees, so they got put on the line for that.
Bingo. And guys, this is the reason why we want to earn your relationship versus sell you a property. We're not selling you real estate. We're making you real estate investors. That's the fundamental difference between us and everybody else. Okay. So check this out. They overcharge veterans. They don't max you guys out. They charge you a crazy interest rate. They make you pay your own closing costs. And they're soliciting to veterans because the word veteran is in there. Now, guess what? If they sell you a loan with a higher interest rate, do you think they're going to tell you everything that you need to know to get the best interest rate possible? Do you know why? Because they make more money if they give you a higher interest rate. Okay? The VA loan is packed where you can bump there's a lot of money in there, okay, on the VA loan. And guys, if you guys want to know, I need 10 people to raise their hand right now. I'm going to tell you where you find out where the junk fees are at, okay? If I need 10 people to raise their hand right now, raise your hand if you're in the listening lounge right now. I'm going to tell you a dirty little secret, 2 things that we're going to give you guys about the VA loan on where to look for the junk fees, number 1, okay? And then number 2, we're going to tell you guys about 2 tips of what lenders can do, the questions that you need to ask them to make sure that you qualify for the best interest rate possible. They're not going to tell you what you need to do because they just want to sell you a house and get you moving. You sell the house, you don't get anything from them. A Navy Federal, USAA, Pentagon Federal, Rocket Mortgage, they don't tell you anything. You're not getting emails from them telling you what you need to do. It's either approved or not approved. Okay. Now, this is why, guys. Okay, I got 5 people to raise their hands. I need 5 more people to raise their hands if you guys want to know where that's at. And we guys are going to bring you on stage. One thing about us is that you do not have to speak. But the only way that we're going to be able to get this, if you are truly support veterans and you're in this space today, prove it by raising your hand. That's a call to action. We need you guys to get on stage and help us grow the space, okay? Because the veteran community is serving our country, sacrificing their lives to do this, guys. And there's kids out here that are signing up to support and defend, Americans against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And they're coming home and they're not getting information that they need to become investors. So I'm going to ask you guys once again, for those of you who are already on stage, I'm going to ask you guys to ping as many people into this room because I don't know why this is not the biggest room on Clubhouse. Help us do this by making this the biggest and loudest room on Clubhouse for veterans by veteran supporters. Okay. Now, here's Bruno. Put that link at the where'd you post that link at, Bruno?
It's right here above our heads, so for people to see. So and again, guys, like we don't have the luxury of being able to tell you guys things that aren't factual because all of you are on your phones right now. So anything that we say, you can Google it and fact check us as we're saying it. So again, just so for some more credibility right there.
And this is public information, guys. Look right there. You see the headline: Veterans United Home Loans ordered to pay $1.1 million for overcharging on VA loans. I don't know about you guys, but that's foul to me, man. I mean, you're getting billions of dollars in VA loans and you're overcharging veterans. That is foul. Okay. So let me do a quick room reset, guys, because we're gonna go through this. Ladies and gentlemen, you on the VA Loan Explain 10X Vets launch. We're gonna be talking about how to win with the VA loan. Today we cover there's no minimum credit score. We are going to talk about concessions. And then if I get 5 more people to raise their hand, moderators, help me bring them up to the stage. And feel free to ask as many questions as you can, okay? We're going to change that link back to the Facebook group, and Bruno's going to put that in the chat so you guys can reference this when you go back to the replays. And then, guys, we're going to tell you guys how to partner with us in the Power Hour. Let's freaking go. All right, so I'd like for I wanna flash your mic if you're active on stage. I want to see who's active with us. Flash your mic if you're active on stage. I want you to flash your mic to make sure that you guys are here rocking and rolling and winning in real estate. Talking about the VA Loan Masterclass. 62 people here right now. Thank you guys for coming on stage and understanding the assignment. Okay, keep flashing. Let me see. Make sure you guys are still with us. Okay, good to go. Okay, good. Okay, I've cleared the stage and made sure that people weren't just parked. Good to go. Okay, let's get back to the question and answers. Okay, now, let me see. Moderators, did you bring all of the people up that raise their hand? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So here's what we're gonna do now. Okay. Now I'm going to enable the clips. That way, if you guys want to clip something, you guys can clip if you'd like to. Okay. And then the replays are on. So who has a question about the VA home loan benefit before we talk about these two things? What section you need to look for junk fees in your VA loan? And then also we're going to talk about two things that I like to explain. One of them is called a rapid rescore. Put that in the chat right now. Rapid rescore. I want every single person to put that in the chat. Rapid rescore. And then we're going to also put what if scenario. Rapid rescore and what if scenario. If you're listening to my voice, if you're on Facebook listening, because there's currently 16 people on the Facebook Live. Okay. Somebody got a big old house. Whose doorbell is that? Is that Bruno's? Bruno, is that your doorbell, dog? You got a butler? Or what's
Nah,
going
come
on?
on, bro.
Ding,
You,
ding,
you
ding,
already know that my
ding.
doorbell doesn't work. Our doorbell doesn't work here at the house. You already know.
Why
I
his doorbell
apologize.
sound
That
like
was
this,
my
y'all?
doorbell.
Those door knockers are cheapest. Don't have any electronics to worry about.
This is the Bruno's doorbell. Man, you know you making money. You know you got money if your doorbell sound like that, man. But okay, what if scenario right now and rapid rescore? Can you guys put that in the chat? Okay. All right. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah, bro, we got you.
Good. We got you.
Okay. All right. My screen was frozen for a minute. Okay. So, all right. So now, I'm going to yield the mic to my brother, Anthony Renew. Anthony, are you here? And no, Carrie Ann, are you here?
I'm here.
Can you talk about what if scenario in a rapid rescore? And then I'd like for Anthony to you throw him the alley oop and he's gonna slam dunk it.
Awesome. All right, so I'll start with the rapid rescore. So it's basically you want to increase your score. First of all, our lending team, we go all the way down to 580. So like they were saying before with the overlays, the lower we can actually go lower than the 620. Typical lenders go to 620. Rapid rescore is when we want to get your score to get better interest rate options to make your file stronger. And what it is we'll tell you based on after we pull your credit, we'll see what's on your items and say, hey, we need you to pay off these 3 items. You pay it off, you give us the zero balance letter. We go to the bureaus and we say, hey, these 3 items, please clear it off the credit. They have to remove it off your credit within 8 to 10 days, business days, and then that increases your score. And then for the what if simulator, it's kind of similar. It's we go line by line and we'll see if you pay down something or pay off something, how much your credit score will go up. You want to elaborate on that, Anthony?
Absolutely. So the what if simulator, I use it kind of like that as well. If folks tell me, if we do the rescore and it says, hey, you need to pay down $7,000 and they just don't have that available, I like to go to the what if and say, okay, what do you have? And then use that to bring down numbers to see where we can get the scores moving to. The beautiful thing about it is we can give you that roadmap. As Carrie Ann mentioned, takes about 8 to 10 business days. And if you're in escrow or about to get in escrow, we do a rapid, which will be about 48 to 72 hours. And your credit score will update real time. So you'll see it when you go in your Credit Karma app or any of your personal apps that you use. And we will be able to move forward. So I've had folks do this. If they were close enough, we like to let them go ahead and shop and do it while they're in escrow. It can be done before you close, or we do it prior to while you're gearing up to or preparing to purchase a home.
Outstanding. And guys, I put a link at the top, right? So if you guys want more information about getting on the 10X Vet wait list, or if you're a veteran and you're looking to purchase a property, or or a non-veteran, you want more information, click the link above my head, and then fill out that information, and then one of our staff members will set up a personal call with you, okay? and talk to you for just 10 minutes, though. We can't go over 10 minutes, guys. But if you got a personal scenario or something like that and you're looking to interconnect with our staff, click the link above my head. And if you're a real estate professional and you're looking to get become a partner with us, because listen, $21 billion, I don't know, $420 billion, I don't know about you, but I would want to be a part of that, okay? So essentially what 10X Vets is this, okay? Personal professional development for military spouses and getting them back into the business. Okay, a VA loan masterclass, what we're doing here. So essentially what we'll do is we'll come to a state near you. We will advertise. We will, like right now, California, we're going to Miami. We have 320 people already registered for that. We're looking to see if we can get more space for that. But if you're a veteran or a military spouse, we're going to be in Miami at the 10X Ladies event. And for there, we're going to be that's our soft launch, and our first event will be in California. So basically, we'll come to that state. We'll teach however many veterans, like these 300 veterans that we have coming for the Miami event next week. Okay. And then if those veterans are looking to purchase a property or utilize their VA loan, our mortgage company will qualify them, and then you will get that lead. But the only thing that's required for that is that you have to go through you have to get certified through us. Those veterans are looking to purchase a property or utilize. Okay, so if that person gets qualified, we will be looking for people in our 10X Vets event that are qualified through our brand ambassador course, through our 10X Vets certified real estate professional or mortgage professional, and then you will get that. You will actually get that lead, and then we will mutually benefit by helping that veteran invest in real estate. And then also, if you're a veteran and you're looking to buy, build, or maintain the business, that's the other thing that we do. How to put your property into trust, how to do cash out refinances, how to set up your LLC for tenants. How to take advantage of the Augusta rule for taxes. To get certified through everything that you guys need to know for that. We're going to be doing that. Okay. So, we're going to be in San Diego, California in September. Okay. And then, the end of September, November timeframe, we will be setting a date. So if you're looking to learn about that information, just make sure you hit that link above our head and get on the waiting list. Are there any questions about what 10X Vets does or any VA loan questions?
Hey, Anthony, it's Marin.
Hey.
How are you? So this is actually my experience. I wanted to share about the Veteran United. That was my first loan when I bought my house.
Only now you can share that only if you share your experience with us as well, because you're gonna have to. If you share a bad one, you're gonna have to share a good one. Is that okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey. Go ahead, jump in.
Absolutely. You deserve the good news of us learning. So definitely. So what happened was I wanted to refinance, right? Like at the right time, which was before the interest rate went really high. Anyway, I went through them again because I was thinking, since they have all my information and they were my first lenders, that they would actually work with me. But guess what? It was 4.25 they gave me at the beginning. I guarantee you that was even wrong because that's probably why they got sued, because I should have gotten better because my credit score was high and everything else. Anyway, so they come back with 4.65, for the refi. I'm like, what? You're going to give me higher? So my first question is, do you think some of this stuff is being done through like bots? Because I was thinking you can keep me as a customer. So when I called them, they really weren't working with me anyway. But I went with a different company and they gave me 2.25 right away. So my question is, so for those who are trying to refinance, because one thing that drove me nuts was I tried to go through Navy Federal. It was horrible bureaucracy. I tried with USAA, which I had accounts with both of them. The same thing, and Veteran United was like even worse. But at the end of the day, that's my question. So do you recommend that we just keep shopping around?
No.
My second question is,
let me answer that question first. Okay, so here's the first question. Number one, typically the reason why, and let me throw this layup to I want to see if I could throw this alley-oop to anyone that's on stage. Here's a little bit of real estate trivia. All right, here we go. How many times can you How many times can you use your VA loan to do an interest rate reduction refinance loan?
There is no
As
limit.
many times as you like.
Bingo. Bruno, what is the rule? How many points does it have to be in order to refinance that loan?
So it has to be a minimum of 0.5% improvement.
Y'all heard that right? So 0.5% improvement. So let me ask you a question. If I was Veterans United and I called you and made you do a refinance, you did an interest rate reduction refinance loan to lower your interest rate to a 4.6, okay? And then I'm going to come back to you in how many days? Here's another question. How many days do you have to be in the loan in order to do a refinance?
210.
210 days past the first mortgage payment. After you make your first mortgage payment, it's 210 days after the first mortgage payment. So think about this. Now, what am I trying to say, guys? What do y'all think I'm leading to with this?
Buy now.
I'm going to refinance you to a lower interest rate, even though you qualify for another interest rate. And then I'm going to hit you up again to say, hey, there's another rate reduction so I can get that commission off of doing those loans. Man, some of y'all are winning. Y'all could be winning in real estate with us while y'all out here losing with USAA and Navy Federal. Now, I hate to say that, man, but guess what? This is something this is the reason why this is factual information. 200. If I know that if that loan officer knows that they can call you up and tell you that there's a lower interest rate, but they don't tell you the rock bottom of what they can give you, then they can get twice the commission. I'm not going to give you the interest rate that you qualify for. The question that you should be asking is, what does it take for me to get this interest rate that this person is offering? And then what'll happen is usually they'll say, oh yeah, well, we can match that rate. Well, if you could have matched the rate in the beginning, then why didn't you tell me about that in the beginning? Man, the mic is open, man. I don't know if y'all cooking what I'm putting down, man. Who else wants to jump in with this?
Man, that right there, dude, there's so much fire behind what you just said, right? And what a lot of people don't know, and Mary, just to kind of answer your question too, is so why is that, right? So a lot of times that loan officer, that mortgage professional, right? The higher the rate that you get, the higher their commission is, right? So then a lot of times people will go and say, well, I mean, if I can squeeze an extra $1,000, $2,000 of my commission by just giving them a rate that's a little bit higher or whatnot, right? People will do that. And that's what we were talking about before, right? When you're going to the bigger banks and all these other institutions, okay, these bigger banks, they have a significant higher overhead behind running their business. So the necessity for them to make a lot more money is higher, right? Because they're accounting for, the splits and all these other things that are being factored in. So that's why you're not getting the best interest rates. Man, I'm telling you, I can't BS you when I tell you that I have had a lender, right, ask me if my client that I was working with, right, my buyer that I had referred to the lender, asked me, hey Bruno, so is your client really rate sensitive? I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Are they rate
Oh, wow,
sensitive?
man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are they rate sensitive? Like, they want the best rate that they could possibly get. And you know what? The moment that they said that, I knew that I will never, ever, ever again work with this person.
Now, now this is the crazy part about this, guys. Now, so let me read. This definitely Tammy put predatory behavior in the chat. Make sure Tammy got a mod bean because I'm in a different system, so I can't really see who does and does not have a mod bean on the stage. And guys, listen, if I'm in here, oh, and I got my brother Zarel that's in the building. What's up, Zarel, man? How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I can't complain. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, you can. Now, the Zarel was one of the latest 10X vets what do you call it? Inductees into our winning real estate house. We met him on Clubhouse 8 months ago, and he just got his keys. Okay, and he just bought a multi-unit in LA for $1.4 million or 1 point something million. I can't remember the price point, but I want him to talk about some of the things. This is going to go over the reason why we exist because of people like him. Okay, he has a son. He's in the best fraternity on the planet, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. All right. And then also I want him to share his own personal testimony and walkthrough here after this. And if you guys want to be able to do this, the link is above my head. So click the link above my head. If you got a VA loan question, if you're trying to invest with the VA loan and buy a multi-unit, I have somebody real time that actually went through this process. And I want to recap over this. I want to recap this thing. And Marin, I got the other question that you asked because you asked a 2-part question. Number one, okay, the rapid rescore and a what if scenario. Our lending institution has the ability to look at your profile and tell you what you need to do for free. It costs you nothing. So if you want to buy today or in the future, we can give you a roadmap by analyzing your profile, looking at what your credit, your debt to income ratio is, and tell you what credit cards that you need to pay down in order to get the best interest rate possible. And then the rapid rescore works like this. After you do those things and provide the information, you send it into the creditors. And then once we get those letters from the creditors, we can petition the 3 credit bureaus to do your rapid, to rescore your credit score instead of waiting to the 30-day recycle period. That's called a rapid rescore. Now, Navy Federal ain't going to do that for you. USAA, they're not going to do that for you. Pentagon Federal is not going to do that for you. They're going to give you approved or not approved. Okay. And remember, the higher the interest rate, the more money they make. Okay. So when you guys are navigating through this process, you know, the main reason why we exist and we're bringing this information is to be the Amazon of VA loans. That's what we are. Okay. And that's what we do. Let me do a quick room reset, and then I'm gonna open up the mic to some more moderators. You are in the VA Loan Explain house with the Win in Real Estate team. And today we're talking about VA Loan Explain, and we're giving chicken nuggets in regard to how you can win with the VA loan as a civilian or a non-civilian. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you're understanding and you're enjoying this space so we can continue to kick it like a sensei with my friends up here in this house. I got some questions on Facebook and Twitter, so I'm going to read those questions and give those answers to the moderators. I want to give a special shout out to Sierra, my sister, Terrence, Ian, Anthony, Renew, Sonny, Carrie Ann, Ashley, Matt, Urad, Bruno, Sasha, JP, Jess Nascimento, Catherine, Sandy, everybody that's on stage right now, Aluja, my brother Kyler that's in the building. Man, Kyler done snuck in here without no dang my bad, man. Kyler, man, you better speak up, Kyler. My sister Tammy Boyd, Leah, and everybody, my brother Stack Pack and Jake. Guys, the reason why we have so many people is because guess what? The most important person is not the leader. The first follower is. So I want to say thank you guys and say congratulations to everybody who had the courage to get on stage and help us grow this space. Now, I see 21 shares here. I'd like to get that shares up. So right now I'm going to ask 2 things. Number 1, click the box with the up arrow and share this to your house. Put VA loan in your hallway so people can do that. And then also for those of you who are on stage, there's a little bald-headed man with a plus sign. I want you guys to ping some people into the space right now so you guys could win. Do me a favor, ping at least 5 of your friends in here. We got a goal to reach 300 people. We are almost there. We're at 174. Now, after you do that, the mic is open. Let's answer some questions real quick. And while we're looking up the question, I want Jake to let the people know who they are and what they do. And then we're also going to go to my sister Tammy for a quick mod introduction.
Good morning, Anthony. Thanks for bringing me up. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. My name is Jake. I am a United States Marine turned
from the halls of Montezuma. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. Let me chill.
No, please. Let's keep going. Everybody in position of attention. Hey, no, thanks, Anthony, for bringing me up. Like I said, I'm a real estate professional down here in Southern California, working with Mr. Anthony Glenn, Anthony Renew, the Renew Home Team, and bringing everybody to the 10X VETS stage. I'm really excited to be a part of this. I appreciate all of these nuggets One of the questions you first presented, Anthony, was some of the benefits of the VA loan, and I like the two nuggets that Anthony Renew tossed out there. But I wanted to share one of mine, if you don't mind. It's the fact that the VA loan, and this is probably one of the most it's not well known, but maybe a little underrated, is that the VA loan requires no mortgage insurance. And what I mean by that is that when you get a conventional loan with a loan to value ratio of 80 or 90%, that lender is going to require you to have mortgage insurance, kind of like gap insurance when you buy a car. What you owe is less than the value of the asset. They require, for a conventional loan, they require you to pay a monthly mortgage insurance to cover that gap. The VA loan does not. So I just wanted to toss that out there, Anthony. Underrated and undervalued, but definitely nice little benefit there. Thanks a lot again, Anthony. Appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us. And we got a couple of more questions in the chat. And make sure you guys follow all of the moderators that are here right now. Okay, we got 3 of our loan professionals from Military Mortgage Group that are here that can answer any questions that you may have. Okay, and as you can tell, man, Jake, you freaking rock, bro, because you brought up a good point. Okay, now if y'all notice that I am ebony and Jake is ivory, all right? He's the
That's good. That's good. No, it's like we're like twins.
yes.
Haircut, bro.
Okay, and then somebody removed, let's see here. Thank you for putting that in the chat. Let me go ahead and delete that comment. Okay, let me see here. You are now want to delete this message. Somebody remove that person in the chat, the troll, 3NNIE. Get him out of here, please. Okay, Sierra, can y'all get him out of here? We got a troll in here. Okay,
They go.
Okay, all right. So thank you guys for that. Appreciate that, man. All right, so let's get back to teaching about the VA Loan Masterclass. And I want to give a special shout out to everybody who followed the assignment and did the shares. We're up to 29. We got 60 people here right now. We went up to 182. If you're in the listening lounge and you want to help support us, make sure you raise your hand and get on stage, because we got a veteran that just went through the Win in Real Estate movement and bought a multi-unit. I want him to share his quick story in a couple of minutes. So here's what I want to talk about. Carrie Ann. Okay. I want y'all to put these names in the chat for me real quick. All right. We want to see who's going to win this race. All right. I'm gonna call some people out. Let's see here. Carrie Ann, are you here?
I'm here.
Anthony, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yan, are you here? Yan.
Did you say?
Okay. All right. Yan was here. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see who can win this race. I want y'all to do a $500,000 property with an FHA loan at 5%, 6%. And then I want y'all to do the monthly payment, principal, interest, tax, insurance. Okay. Let me do this scenario. Can y'all help me real quick? Y'all want to see who's going to win this race? All right. Well, it's Anthony versus Carrie Ann. Let's see who can win this race, y'all. If y'all want to see a race right now, put a 1 in the chat. All right, put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see a race right now. Okay, we're gonna see who's gonna win this race. All right, here's the scenario: VA loan for Anthony, and Carrie Ann, I want you to do the FHA loan with 3.5% down. Right. So the interest rate is at 6%. Okay, there is PMI for the FHA loan. Tell me the monthly payment of a VA loan at $500,000 with no VA funding fee. Okay, and the monthly payment with the FHA loan. Okay, $500,000 with an interest rate of 6%. Carrie Ann, you got the assignment. Anthony Renew, you got the assignment. Okay, Carrie Ann, you got the assignment?
Got it.
Okay, all right, let's see who comes back first. All right, so the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is so you can get a quick example of the fundamental difference between an FHA loan and a VA loan. Both of them are government loans, and one's going to have PMI, and we want to know what the monthly payment difference is: principal, interest, tax, and insurance. What the monthly payment difference is at 6%. For a VA loan and an FHA loan, both government loans. Now, are there any questions on stage about the VA home loan benefit before we open up the questioning that's on Facebook? Ian, can you put the Facebook group in the chat, please? That way people
Yes,
can
sir.
click there and then they can ask questions. Guys, Ian is going to post a link and put some arrows or fire emojis by the Facebook group. I want you guys to get in there, but we want to make sure that the link is at the top to where you guys can click that link and get on the waiting list for the 10X Vets movement, for that movement before we run out of seats, okay? So, who has questions on stage right now? Who has questions? Any questions about the VA home loan benefit? Okay. All right. So, Marin, I got the question. Let me answer these questions on the Facebook group. Okay. So on the Facebook group, here's the first question. Okay. All right. So the first question is, let's see here. Okay. All right. I have a veteran. How about if he is not yet service connected? Okay. So the question, I'm going to yield the mic to the moderators. Sasha, Jess, anybody want to jump in? If a veteran, what is the difference between a service connected disability? I mean, a disabled veteran that has it in his, what's going to be the difference between a veteran that's service connected or has disability and purchasing a property that a veteran doesn't have any disability? Who wants to jump in and answer that question?
Yeah, I can run it real fast. Okay, cool. So what the biggest difference if you have disability, you're not?
Ian, you going in and out for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So the biggest difference is going to be the fact that the VA funding fee will be waived for a disabled veteran. So, for instance, say you're an active duty veteran or active duty service member, you're going to have to pay the VA funding fee. Okay, so that's the additional fee that the VA charges to ensure that they got money in the bank to back up anybody who defaults on their loan. But if you're disabled, they cover that and they waive that fee. So it's like 2.15% right now of the purchase price that goes on top of the loan when you purchase. So if you have any disability, 10%, whatever, they usually, I think, come in increments. I think the lowest is like 10%. However, if you get any sort of disability rating, they will waive that funding fee once you get out of active duty. So it's a great way to save a little bit of money, and not a lot of people know that.
Now,
Got a call.
now, Sierra, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Sierra, can you do me a favor on a $500,000 property? Can you look up the VA funding fee and how much it will be for a $500,000 property first time use? Okay, all right. So, all right, man, we got the answers. We got Carrie Ann gave the money already. Anthony said he's ready. Anthony, you supposed to give the number, man.
Oh, listen, I was working while you was talking. So my bad.
Me too.
Man, Carrie Ann put the number in there, man. So Carrie Ann put the number in. Anthony, you got a technical knockout, man. All right, Carrie Ann has 3830. Anthony, what's your answer?
All right, so for mine, that's FHA. So my FHA was 3776.
Okay,
No, you're doing VA.
Oh, VA. I'm sorry. VA was 3614. I did both.
Oh,
okay,
3614. No money down. No
okay,
funding fee.
okay. All right. So the fundamental difference is the fundamental difference. I think Anthony has both. Okay, so the VA funded the actual price of the property, you're going to pay a lower monthly payment on $500,000 that you would for a FHA loan. Okay. So the fundamental difference is around $400, $415 difference in a monthly payment for a $400,000 property at an interest rate of 3%. Okay. So you're going to pay more money with the FHA loan. The FHA loan is the most expensive loan to do. Okay. Conventional requires more money down, and you got to be a water walker. You could be a mouth breather and get a VA loan. All right. You don't have to have no money down, a minimum credit score. Okay. and interest rates are typically lower. Does anybody have any value to add to that conversation? Because I wanted to show that, because Jake did bring up a good point. There is no, now I want you guys to put reoccurring in the chat and non-reoccurring. Do that right now. Reoccurring and non-reoccurring. Put that in the chat right now. Okay. Now I have a little bit of real estate trivia. Okay. What is the fundamental difference between reoccurring and non-reoccurring? Who wants the answer?
One's a one-time fee. One's a regular fee that happens on a regular basis.
Bingo. Can you elaborate? And Sierra, let me know. Just flash your mic when you, or just let me know. Just say, I got the answer, Sierra. VA loan at $500,000 with first time use. How much would the VA funding fee be?
I put it in the chat, but I do have the answer. It is $10,750.
Okay. So you waive $10,750 if you have any disability rating. So that means that, and I got a really good question for you guys. I got another really good question to ask. Now, guys, we hit 191, man. We're almost at 300. So for those of you who are here listening to us, make sure you share this to your hallway. Let's get it up. We're almost at 50 shares. Do this right now, real time. If you guys are enjoying this conversation, put a 1 in the chat right now. Okay, Jordan, I got your question. What does the VA stand for? Okay, I'm going to get that answer here for you shortly. Okay, do me a favor, and I want you guys to, if you guys want us to continue to kick it like a sensei in the Winning Real Estate House, put a 1 in the chat right now, because we're rocking and rolling and teaching you guys about the VA home loan benefit. And then we're going to go over the VA construction loan, and we're going to go over the interest rate reduction refinance loan, and we're going to go over the EEM. Okay. But I need 10 more people in the listening lounge to raise their hand, and we're going to go over those 3 things. Okay. 10 more people to raise their hand. We up to 34 shares. We're almost at 50. So share this to your hallway. And then for those of you who are on stage, do me a favor. You can ping some people in. There's a little bald-headed man next to the clipboard. Ping some people into the room. And if you're in the listening lounge, how you help us. Man, it's hot. It's hot as Revelations in here. Can you make sure that AC is on? I feel like I'm in hell right now. Can you guys do me a favor? And I'd like for you guys to get on stage and raise your hand. Now, the VA answer to that is Veteran Affairs. That's what it stands for. So now, the reoccurring means that it repeats. That's like taxes. Non-reoccurring means that it doesn't repeat. That's like the VA funding fee. The beauty of the VA funding fee, it is a tax write-off. Now, if you file for disability before you buy your property, you can get a refund. Okay, but you do have to have some disability. That means you can get the VA loan with no money down. Okay, so the difference between having any disability and not having any disability for a $500,000 property is going to save you $10,000. Okay, $10,000 plus. Are there any questions or any value to add to any of the moderators on stage? Any moderators have any value to add? Go ahead and jump in.
So in case anybody was missing what Tony was just talking about, like the big picture is with the VA funding fee, you just pay it that one time, and it can get wrapped up into the mortgage, so you don't have to come out of pocket to pay that. Whereas if you're an FHA loan user, that's a reoccurring fee that you have to pay, called mortgage insurance. Okay, so that mortgage insurance is a fee that you will have to repay every single month until you get to a level of equity, and then a certain level of equity, which is around 20% or so, where you can switch it to a conventional loan where you will not have to pay that mortgage loan, that mortgage interest, mortgage insurance. And then you're still going to have to pay another financing fee to the loan officer to get that mortgage insurance removed. So this is why the VA loan's a outstanding product, because you don't have to have a reoccurring cost all the time. You just pay that one fee, and then you ride out for the duration of your loan. Whereas if you're an FHA loan buyer, you have to pay that 1% of the loan throughout the duration of the loan, or until you refinance out of that, and then you're still going to have another refinance fee. So there's a lot of money to be saved by using your VA loan. Back to you, Tony.
Outstanding, guys. And then, guys, we have invited every single person on stage. You do not have to hang out in the listening lounge. I'm going to ask you guys to come up to the stage and help us grow this space by raising your hand. How do you do that? You hit the little clipboard next to the microphone and come on stage and hang out with us. We currently have 66 people here, 203 winners in the Winning Real Estate House. Okay, and then I'm gonna go over to a couple of mod introduction. My brother Kyler, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Can you let the people know who you are and what you do?
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Kyler Bear. I'm an active duty Marine stationed down here in Southern California. I also have a property inspection business. Love supporting the house and the team and everything that Tony and the team are doing.
Now, what are you seeing a slowdown in appraisals, or what do you think about the? I had a question for you for VA loan have you been seeing a bunch of? Are you getting busy or are you slowing down?
My last 3 months have been the busiest 3 months in business over the last 2 years.
So, guys, that means veterans are buying homes, okay? And then and the reason why I asked that question is because, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It does not matter what the market is doing. Now, I have a question for you guys. Here's another real estate trivia question. All right, here's the question. Now, I see my brother Sonny. What's up, Sonny? Good to see you, brother. Jess, are you here? Jessica Nascimento, the Queen Bee.
I'm here.
I want to tell you, man, let the people know what you put
Oh,
in your
Lord.
banana pudding, man, and let them know that you representing UGA.
Listen, we don't share recipes in the South, so that's a secret.
What's up, sister? Let the people know who you are and what you do, and tell us about the clubhouse room that you, Sierra, Sasha, and Catherine, and Connie, and Annette are going to be doing here soon. And Carrie Ann, can you let them know about the 10X military spouses clubhouse rooms that you guys are going to be starting? What are you guys going to be talking about in there?
Are you speaking to me or Carrie Ann?
I'm talking to you, sister.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking Carrie Ann. Hey, okay. So first, my name is Jess Nascimento. I am a realtor in Southern California. I'm part of this 10X VETS movement. I am a military spouse. I am a mother. Yeah, there's a lot. So, but most importantly, I am part of all this that Anthony and Connie and our whole team has done this phenomenal movement with the 10X VETS to help educate, service members and spouses with homeownership and business development. Really important part of this for me, not just the 10X vets, but the 10X vets spouses, because I am a spouse, and I do understand and realize how hard it is for spouses to be able to get themselves out there, to get back into the workforce, to feel like they have a sense of purpose after being the backbone and supporting their member for years. So you kind of lose yourself and you forget who you are and the things you're capable of doing. So for me, this is a big thing to be able to get this information out there, to get these spouses back in the game and show them what they can really do. The clubhouse room that we're going to be doing is just that. It is trying to bring all these spouses together to be able to educate them, to let them know what's out there for them, and to get this movement out there and share it, so we can get this thing rolling.
Outstanding. And do me a favor, guys. Okay, so I want to tell y'all, man, this is Mrs. Nascimento's, as good as she spoke, I want to show her some love. So I want everybody to put a heart emoji in the chat. Okay. And then I want you guys to give Miss Nascimento a warm welcome to the Win in Real Estate House, because she needs to be heard. Okay. Put a heart emoji in the chat for her, sister. Thank you for pulling up. And I want to say thank you to all of the ladies, because they're actually the core, man. Listen, man, the people who hold it down are the women. Okay. I'm telling you, the ladies are the ones that enable us to do what we need to do. And I'm gonna tell you, all of this stuff that I have learned is from support from all of the ladies, and learning and keeping me in balance. So I just want to give a shout out to all of the women that are here today. I want y'all to put a heart emoji. I want all of the ladies right now on stage. Okay. I want you guys to come off mic, and man, I want y'all to say congratulations to the ladies and thank yous on the count of three. Congratulations and thank you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, congratulations to I want to give a special shout out to Tammy, who's the OG in here, Dr. Ashley, CC, just all of the ladies that do a phenomenal job, that's out here kicking ass and taking names. Jess, Catherine, Mrs. Renew, all of you guys are awesome, man. Carrie Ann, that's on the mortgage side. If it was not for you, you guys would not, we wouldn't be enabled to do what we do. So I want to also recognize two ladies that are not here right now. One of them is Constance Carlisle, who is the backbone of the company. Okay, all of these companies, she's the glue. And Annette Robinson, who is one of the board members of the Veteran Homeowners Club. That and Rosie, and we have so many phenomenal people in our organization. But every last one of you guys that are on stage, we want to know that you guys are equally, if not more important than the men. I just want to say that as a man. And I just want to say thank you guys for everything that you guys do. Because I'm telling you, I'd be in jail if it wasn't for Connie holding me down and making sure that I'm out here doing God's work and making sure that we're actually leading and serving the veteran community. So thank you guys. All right. So now that I want to make sure that I stay out of trouble. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions about the VA home loan benefit? Anyone? Any questions? Got all of these people on stage, man. Who has questions about the VA loan? I know y'all got. I got a real estate trivia question. Okay. Who has questions about the VA home loan benefit? Anybody on Facebook Live or anybody on Twitter Spaces or Instagram, TikTok, Christian Mingles? Who has a question about the VA home loan benefit? Going once.
Are there limits to the number of times you can use your VA loan, Mr. Anthony?
Okay, the question is there a limit to how many times you can utilize the VA home loan benefit? I am going to yield the mic to my sister, Sierra Taylor. Is Sierra on the phone? Sierra? Okay. All right. Let me go to Catherine. Catherine, are you here? Catherine looks like she's closing deals right now. Who wants to answer that question? Okay, Catherine, go ahead. Jump in.
What was the question? Sorry.
How many? Is there a limit to how many times you can use the VA home loan benefit?
No limits. You can use that as many times as you want. Just making sure that you, once you use it once, then you're kind of capped on the limit. But if you refinance, you can reuse it again.
That is correct. So you can utilize the VA loan over and over and over again. And usually you can buy one property and then move and then use the VA loan again. Now, let's count. Okay. This is the property that I'm in right now. I want you to count how many times I use my VA loan. All right. The initial purchase. How many is that?
One.
Okay. Now, a cash out refinance. How many times is that?
One.
2 times.
I thought it was
Two times. That's the second VA loan. Then the interest rate reduction refinance loan. How many times is that?
unlimited.
3 loans. I've used a VA loan 3 times on one. Oh my God, I got Constance in the building. What up, Connie? Oh, Connie don't even know what she's doing. Look, Connie, guys, look at y'all. Got to get on the Facebook group. Hey, Ian, hurry up and put the Facebook group on the chat so people can see Connie's face, so people can click in here. She's lost. That's what you get for not showing up. Connie's over here talking into the camera. Can't find the mic, y'all. Post the Facebook link in the chat, man, so y'all can see Connie's face on here trying to get on, talking to herself. I'm talking to myself. Got me singing, ooh. Let me quit messing around, man. Okay, here's a real estate trivia question while Connie is getting her mic together, y'all. All right, here it is. Here's a real estate trivia. Connie, you got to mute your mic. Now she done messed up. Now she got echoes going in. Connie. Lord have mercy. Lord. Yeah, look. Connie, y'all got to see Connie's face in here going crazy. Ian, can you post the Facebook group in the chat right now? Okay, y'all, click that link and look at Connie, man. Connie is on the Facebook Live trying to figure out how to use the mic. Click that link on here, man, so you can get a quick laugh, man, and get on live so y'all can say what's up to Connie, man. Shout out to Connie, man. Connie, we just teasing you. Welcome. You can't talk though, so that's good, y'all. Connie, we can't hear you. Can you speak? We can't hear you. Okay, all right. All right, guys. Okay, so let's get back to the real estate trivia question. Here we go. Here's the next real estate trivia question. Okay. The real estate trivia question is going to be this.
Oh,
All right.
it's working now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
I'm just
can.
saying. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm just saying. I
Yeah.
can. Hi, everybody. My mic is working. Look at me on this technology. Oh, you can see me too. Hopefully, everyone's having a great day.
Man, hey guys, if you guys on the Facebook
I
Live, we
love
got not.
Constance. Can I just tap
Hey,
in with
Miss
that?
Ashley.
Hey, beautiful.
Listen, they got about 4 things going on at once. I can multitask, but the technology. But I'm here now, so I'm in the building. Let's go.
What's up, Connie? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How's
Can,
everybody?
can you let
What
the
are we
people know?
learning?
Can you let the people know who you are and what you do?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Constance Carlisle. I'm a mortgage and real estate broker with all the teams, Wire, 10X Bet, EXP, Military Mortgage Group, which is that's totally my baby right there. Um, so yeah, I just handle all the back end of everything. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be here. I can't wait to learn and share whatever I have to offer today. I'm just happy everyone's here. And let's go.
Okay, so and we got to thank you for joining us, Connie. Make sure you give Connie a follow also, and make sure you follow all. And Chris Vega, Steven, thank you for joining us. I see Leah, my sister. What's up, Leah? CC, guys, listen. Above my head, you will see a link. Okay, if you're looking to buy a property with your VA home loan benefit, click the link. If you want to become a VA loan certified, a brand ambassador through our 10X VETS certification course, click the link. If you want to join us in Miami and go on the road to help us reach 21 million veterans, to have an opportunity to be a part of earning, if you heard I said earning, the $420 billion of real estate sales, click the link and get on the waiting list so you guys could know how you guys could do that. Now, here's my brother Sharfat is in here, man. Thank you for sliding in here, man. This guy's an OG. I definitely got to give him my mod badge. What's up, brother? How you doing today, man? Okay.
Hi, Anthony. Thank you very much. I'm doing great and trying. First of all, congratulations on what you put together, and helping so many veterans out there. Please let me know how I can assist you during your launch in Miami. If there's any way I can sponsor or participate, I'm more than happy to do it all the way from Dubai. So do let me know.
Oh, wow.
Well, we want to know what do we have to do to come over there and look at all of those Lamborghinis and Bentleys driving around over there in Dubai. I think who wants to go to Dubai with us? Can we come out there and visit you?
Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to host you guys. I mean, I have my own hotels, so you guys are more than welcome to stay in my hotels. I don't really have to pay nothing.
Put me
Um,
down. Put me
you know,
down. Name on the
all you
list.
all you
My
guys
name
need to
first
do
on
Going
the
is,
list.
time to go across the ocean. Everyone's like, oh yeah, let's do this.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
a
it's a couple of $1,000s flight. If you fly via Qatar or fly via Turkey, it's about $1,800 from US. Maximum $2,500. Unless you want to fly business class, it's going to cost you about $9,000 or $10,000 in your private suite. But more than happy to come down. Also, most of you guys are from real estate, so we have been in real estate since 2003. And also, if the opportunity is there, we are currently representing Versace Homes, London, and Nine Elms across the United States as a master broker. I also represent Roberto Cavalli Dubai in front of Trump Golf Course, exclusive in the United States, and I'm definitely looking for some great real estate agents who can help us promote it. I'll be more than delighted to give all kind of marketing support, events, road shows, whatever you guys need, marketing collaterals, digital marketing support to help you guys make excellent commissions. I also represent Fendi residences in Saudi Arabia. So we have got these three brands. These are the only three brands that are represented exclusive across 50 states in the US. So definitely, please do DM me, or please do get in touch with Anthony, and let me know however you guys want to structure it. And definitely looking forward to. I mean, we have limited units, but more than happy to give you access to some of the amazing assets, including some trophy assets if you guys might be interested in. But welcoming you to Dubai, Anthony. Your ticket is sponsored by me. You're 100% sponsored, right? So all you need to do is just tell me the dates and just hop in.
Hey man, I'm coming and see. These are what type of friends that we have, man. Like, this is the reason why it's important for you guys. Look, guys, if you want to be a part of that, I'm gonna check this out. So I want to catch you up, brother. So Grant and Elena Cardone have partnered with us. So now we're partners with them with the 10X Vets movement. And I think that there could be some synergy there. So I want to get on a Zoom call with you. I'm going to send you my personal information, or send me your personal information on the back channel. Myself and our staff, we're going to interconnect with you, and we're coming to Dubai, man. You don't have to tease me with a good time. All right. So we're coming. I want to meet you and shake your hand. And I see all of the work that you've been doing. But I think one of the top marketers on the planet, Grant, this will be a good opportunity for us all to, we have the real estate professionals, and we're currently going to be coaching and mentoring 1,100 real estate professionals. And then also, as we go around on this VA loan movement, this could be another layer to how we can mutually be in complementary to whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. So I definitely want to interconnect with you. Let's do it.
No, that's fantastic. There are some people here in Dubai who are recently selling 25K or 50K kind of investments for grants ventures in real estate. And it has been perceived nicely because I think it's a good product. But people do have questions as to how the financial instrumentation is done and how the fund is created. And I think Grant has structured it pretty well as well. He's pretty smart into whatever he's doing. I think he's got a smart strategy. He's really innovating real estate where it's more like a timeshare concept, but in a different way. So I do think that making real estate investment accessible to middle class, regular people, 9 to 5 people who have basic savings is a great idea. But before I leave, Anthony, I just want to give all of you a good idea. One smart way is that if people have IRA savings, right, or pension plans out there, and if you reach out to people, create a trust or an LLC, work with that trust to release the IRA funds into your company, and then that company furthermore invests into the 10X stuff or your own direct real estate. And you can make a number of those LLCs, give out the shares, and let that company invest in. And 5 years, 3 years holding period, you just give back whatever is the deal back to the trust, and that's about it. The company will hold the portfolio. The person who has the IRA account definitely does not touches the money, but only whenever it is matured they get it. Usually if you take the money out of IRA account, it's about 32% hit. So I think if you reach out to that target market, that would be fantastic. We are working on the same. I do not keep business secrets. I love people to, try it out, do it themselves. If you're smarter and better, you make a lot of money, good for you. If you find me as a competitor, we'll end up collaborating. So, but that's a great market segment that can be very easily targeted. So back to you, Anthony. Great room. Love you guys. I'll be looking at everybody's profiles, and do connect. Just let me know however I can serve your beautiful community, Anthony.
Thank you, brother, man. See, man, I'm going to Dubai. Hey. Now, guess what, man? Y'all can lose with any other company, man. Y'all can win over here in real estate with us and go to Dubai. See, these are the type of friends that we have, guys. So listen, there's a link above my head. Click the link above. Get on the waiting list, and then if you're willing to partner with us, like this is a big thing that I want to say, man. Look, we're going to continue to introduce the 10X Vets brand until people are introducing the brand to them. We're going to keep talking about this and getting loud in the industry. So our goal was to hit 50 people. We've had 234 people in here right now. And Bruno, I tagged you in something. We have our first person who wants to join a 10X waiting list, okay, that actually did it publicly. So she's on Facebook. So I want to say congratulations to Chris. Let's see here. Chris, where's she at?
Chris
Chris
Vega.
Vega. Congratulations. All right, Chris Vega is going to join us in that movement, guys. So I wanted to say congratulations to Chris. And then, guys, do me a favor. Down at the bottom, you'll see the little clipboard. For those of you who are in the listening lounge, you want to know about the 10X Vets movement. I want every single person here right now to raise their hand and get on stage. How do you do that? There's a little clipboard next to the microphone. Click that clipboard and get on stage right now because you're now in the power hour. All right. The power hour. Okay. The power hour. We're going to be doing rapid fire question and answering. I just got another share on Twitter. Thank you guys very much for doing that. Okay. And let's get the shares up to 50. For those of you who are in the listening lounge, come on stage. The best way to become a millionaire is to support some. Okay. You just heard my brother tell you that he has hotels in Dubai. Okay. If you guys want to be a part of that and interconnect with people who are making moves like that, or even connected with people like myself, Sierra, Bruno, Terrence, Sonny. Sonny, when are we coming to California? When are we coming to Hawaii, Sonny? Sonny, we're supposed to be coming over there. We're going to Hawaii. We'll be teaching over there. And then we're also going to be going to Dubai. We're committing to that. Okay. So
Yes, sir. Still setting that up. Sorry, Tony.
okay, no problem. No problem. We have to come over there right now. That a brother of mine, we're setting up a class that's supposed to be before the end of the year. I'll interconnect with you and let you know what's going on with that. Okay. So, so guys, ping some people into the space and let's get back to the question and answer for the VA loans. Who else has questions about the VA home loan benefit? Moderators, can you bring the hand raisers up? Okay, because I can't do it with what I'm on right now. But let's answer some questions real quick, and let's see if you guys got this real estate trivia question. Here's the question. Here it is. How long does the VA appraisal stick with the property? How long does the VA appraisal stick with the property? Does anybody know? The mic is open.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
one.
How long does a VA loan appraisal stick with the property? Who can answer that question? Anybody know? Any real?
Until the veteran leave the property.
Okay, all right. All right, let's almost Terrence, almost there. Okay. All right. Who else wants to answer? Take a shot at it. How long does the VA loan appraisal stick with the property? Anybody know?
I'll let people hop in and then I'll come in.
Okay. Anybody know?
What was the question again?
How long does the VA appraisal stay with the property? Anybody know?
6 months.
Okay, we got 6
As
months.
long as the veteran owns it.
Okay.
I think it's once the deal is done and it's in the veteran's name. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. Now you see. Now who else? Who else wants to answer? Take a shot at it. Put your answer in the chat if you're not on stage. How long does the VA loan appraisal stick with the property? We got 6 months. Okay. Let's see here. All right. What else? What else we got? Take a shot at it. Nobody. Okay. All right. All right. Bruno, you want to let the? Okay. We got about 6 months. We got Toxic Princess with 6 months. Who else? Chantel Pace. Okay, she says it does not. Okay.
As loans on the property.
Okay. All right. Bruno, what's the answer?
All right, man. So what a lot of people don't know is that the VA appraisal does not stick to the property at all. What it does is sticks to the borrower's social security number. Okay, meaning that me, Bruno, the veteran, I'm going to go and buy this property, right? Constance is going to go. She's going to order the appraisal for me. The appraiser goes out. He does what he does, right? Issues the notice of value, right? That is associated to my social security number, which means that if I decide to, and I say, you know what, man, like this property is not what I want, and I cancel contract, Ian, the veteran, can turn around, right, go and try to buy the same property, he will also need to have his lender order an appraisal for him specifically. Okay, if he cancels, that appraisal sticks with him. If I go back to purchase, right, that property that he might have canceled the contract on, the appraisal is stuck with my social security. So all this is important to know, right? Because a lot of real estate agents don't know this, right? So Tony's question is a trick question, but it's to get the juices flowing so we can talk about it, man. Because I'll tell you guys, a lot of it has to do with us, right? You all, the people that are tuning in here, the people that woke up today and decided to invest in themselves, right, to get educated on this. Because I'm telling you, if you support veterans, then you should really learn about the benefits that the veterans have so you can actually speak to it. So it's you educating the other people who don't know, because a lot of times as a real estate professional, guys, I'll tell you, right, I get a lot of pushback from listing agents whenever I'm representing my VA buyers, because they're like, oh, because the appraisal and this and this and this. Unlike FHA that sticks with the property for 90 days, right? This doesn't stick with the property, it sticks with that veteran. So if it falls out and something happens, then you still have the opportunity to get the property reappraised and get a value that is higher than the previous. So just know that this does not stick with the property. What questions we got about that? And I'll pass it back over to you, bro.
Bingo. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a bar right there. Now, here's the fundamental part about that. Okay, so the FHA loan sticks with the property. So now I want to talk about this. Okay, so let me see who's on stage. Let's see, Catherine. Let me see here. Is Connie still here? Connie done came in and got out. Okay. I'm going to ask this question for the moderators that are on stage right now. Okay. Here's what I'm going to ask. And guys, thank you guys for coming up and helping us grow the space. We really appreciate you guys. Here's the question that I propose for the VA home loan benefit. Now, what is the difference between can someone explain to me why that's important? And if the VA appraisal comes in low, what we can do? What is that process called?
All right, I'll jump on it. Okay, so this is actually a really good way to make sure that you get the best deal on a house. So as you go into the deal, you got to make sure some people overprice their houses on the market. They just whatever. Either the agent can't communicate with them, or they just told them what they wanted to hear, like any of that. So sometimes you get a house that's overpriced on the market. So the VA will never let you pay more for a house than what it's worth. All right, so say you offer on a property that's $100,000, but the appraisal comes back and says it's only $90,000. The bank is only going to give you $90,000 because they don't want to be overexposed to their level of risk. Okay, so this is what happens. Like if this happens, like you go to Mr. Seller, hey, sorry, the appraisal came back low. What do you want to do? You either have to drop the price, or you got to go find another buyer that doesn't need an appraisal. Because a VA loan and an FHA loan both require appraisal contingencies to be approved on that. So they have to go out there for maybe the 10% of buyers out there who are doing the conventional loans or cash. All right, so chances are they're not going to go out searching for that onesie twosie kind of person out there. They're going to take the money right now, because the fact of the matter is that the price is the price. So they either have to go back to the market or take it and go to the bank right now. And that's the key part about getting into some of these deals. Like sometimes you can lean on the appraisal a little bit and get into a house that's not moving, because once they start smelling that money, they have a lot more. They're a lot more inclined to make concessions on their end, because that's what the sellers want. The buyers always got the power because they got the money, and the sellers want the money. Back to you, Tony. Fill it in.
Okay, so now here's another thing that I would like to ask. So let me see if I got some new sounds up here, man. Let me see what this one is. Okay, that's when I be asking y'all questions. That's what I be hearing, man. So they done messed around and gave me a soundboard, man. Let me see what this one is. Okay, I like that one too. That one we might. All right, we might have to put that one on the first one, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. So basically what he was saying is that for the VA home loan benefit, you can contest the appraisal if it comes in low. All right. Then you can go even higher. So there's so much stuff that you guys could do with the VA home loan benefit. One of them is called the Tidewater process. Number one, the appraiser gives you 48 hours to submit comps to support what the purchase price is. Number two, after you submit the comps, if it still doesn't come in, then you can also do you can go to the appraisal and get even higher VA home loan consideration. Now, Connie, can you hear me? Connie, are you there?
She's on a comment.
Okay, all right. So Connie, we got a couple of VA loans that were contested and the prices came up. Carrie Ann, what was the last one that you did with the Tidewater Secular? I'm pretty sure Carrie Ann has done this before. Carrie Ann, can you talk about that real quick?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't hear some of the question that was working. Sorry.
Okay, can you
So
tell
you
me?
said Tidewater.
Yeah, can you
Uh-huh.
tell me about the last Tidewater process to where you contested the appraisal and the appraisal came back higher?
Oh, I had done a lot. Actually, I did one with Ian that was perfect. Well, not really perfect, but it came, I think, 25, I want to say 25 below. But what we did for the buyer was we did the comps, sent it back to the appraiser for them, and then, rebutted it. It came back at value. The good thing with the buyer is, or the way that Ian structured the amendment was that whether we get selling closing costs or not, it's not going to be touched. Like the seller, sorry, cannot come back and touch the closing costs. But with the Tidewater, where we have the option to do the comms for 48 hours, push it, and I think I've had 4 files this year where we rebutted and it came back with the value that we wanted.
Now, the reason why I wanted to say that and give you guys proof is because agents don't know what to do. They just cry and complain about they just cry because the VA appraisal came in low and they don't know what to do. So they get a bad taste in their mouth that you can contest the appraisal. Okay? Conventional loans don't operate like that, and FHA loans don't operate like that too. The FHA loan sticks with the property. So the reconsideration of value, you got 48 hours to submit to try to get it higher. And then if you disagree with the appraisal, you can go one step further and go to the VA, go directly to VA. And then that can contest it. Now, who wants to jump in and ask questions? Because I got Zarel on up here, but I wanted to add some value. Guys, here's what we're going to do. I want you guys to pick 2 things out of these 4 things that we're going to talk about in these last couple of things. Do you guys want to know about the VA construction loan and the interest rate reduction refinance loan? Okay. Or do you guys want to know about the, do you guys want us to continue to talk about just the basic purchasing value of the VA loan? Number 1, about the VA construction loan or the interest rate reduction refinance loan, or number 2, the purchasing power of the VA loan. Which one? Put a 1 in the chat if you want us to go over the VA construction loan and how it works in the EARL, or put a 2 in the chat if you guys want us to know. Okay, I got ones. Okay, ones. Okay. All right, I got more 1s than 2s. We'll go over both of them. How about that? Here we go. All right, so now I'm going to yield the mic to the moderators. Okay, let's talk about the interest rate reduction refinance loan. Moderators, who wants to jump in and explain what that is real quick?
I can, man, because what I wanted to touch real quick too, Tony, before we go into the Earl, man, I wanted to kind of add some more stuff to that we were talking about for the appraisal, man. That is it's crucial, man. So especially if we got real estate professionals that are in here, guys. Again, man, a lot of it, right? When we are advocating for our veterans, right, and the reason why it's beneficial for you to be in this room, the reason why it's beneficial for you guys to click that link that's above our head and join our Facebook group is that we will coach you through this process to help you with advocating for your veteran, whether you're with 10X Vets or not, right? Again, we are here. We are for creating this community for you to be able to tap into us and have us in your pocket as a resource. There's a guy up in North Cal that he'll call me all the time that he met us on here on the app just to ask me questions about things that he doesn't know when it comes to the VA loan because he has VA clients. So for you guys to understand what the appraisal, man, it's in the seller's interest to accept a VA offer, especially when they think that the house is a little bit overpriced, because the chances of you being able to get the value to come in will be greater with the VA than the other way around. The same way that you're able to contest, right? You, as that buyer's agent, you can tell the listing agent and say, look, man, I will partner with you, and collectively we will work on trying to overturn the appraisal by us submitting the comparables and the supporting data, right, to get the value to where it is that you want it to get. It's in the best interest for the seller and the buyer for it to come in at value, right, at the contract price that both buyer and seller agreed to. So it's in the best interest for them to work with you. So you have to make sure that you're able to articulate this and how it is that you plan on overturning that value, talking to them and telling them exactly what Ian was telling you guys about, about Tidewater and how you can go and submit comps, right? And then if the Tidewater doesn't stick, you can turn around and you can do the same thing as you would for a conventional loan, which would be the reconsideration of value. Okay, so that's one thing. So understand the power behind this product that we have. So, but now going into the interest rate reduction refinance loan that we started talking about earlier. Okay, so as long as you are going to be getting an interest rate that is better by a minimum of 0.5%, okay, if you're getting a minimum of 0.5% improvement, then you can do the streamlined process. And the reason why it's streamlined, and I'll hit the very first bullet of it, and then I'll pass it off and I'll open it up for somebody else to tap in. But the streamlined process of it is that you don't have to requalify for the loan, in the sense of you're not having to show proof of income. You're not having to do all the extensive things that you had to do when you initially qualify for the loan. Okay, there is no income verification, and there's no appraisal. But I'll leave it there and I'll pass it off for somebody else to slam dunk this bad boy.
Outstanding. And there's something called a EEM. Put that in the chat. Echo, echo, Mike. EEM. Everybody put EEM in the chat right now. EEM. EEM. Okay. EEM. All right. So EEM stands for energy efficient mortgage. So if you're doing an interest rate reduction refinance loan, let me tell you a little bit of real estate trivia. All right. Does the property have to appraise? Does the property have to be, can you refinance a property? Put a 1 in the chat if the property has to appraise at the value to do a refinance, or put with the VA loan, or put a 2 in the chat if you believe it doesn't. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that the property has to come in at value. Okay. Or put a 2 in the chat if the property does not. Okay. 1 in the chat if the property has to come in at value. Put a 2 in the chat if it does not. Okay, we got some 1s and 2s. Okay. This is the only loan that the property does not have to be at value in order for you to lower your interest rate. Let me say that again. The VA loan is the only loan where you can lower your interest rate and the property does not have to be at value. So conventional loan, if you're doing a refinance, you can't refinance unless you're at the loan to value, which means that you have to have 20% equity in your property, right? The FHA loan is the same way. The property does not have to appraise at value. So if the market goes down, you bought a house for $500,000 and the property goes down to $450,000 and a lower interest rate comes out, you can do an interest rate reduction refinance loan and lower your monthly payment. Bingo. Now, the VA loan also allows for 100% cash out what? Moderators, what does the VA loan allow you to do?
All right, this one's huge. All right, you want me to run the big picture or just the topic?
Run the play, and then keep the big picture short because we're gonna land here in about 15 minutes.
All right. Okay, so check this out. The big picture about this one is really cool because if it makes you do 100% 100% cash out refinance, if you're in a situation where you got a good chunk of equity in your property and you're not gonna plan on leaving anywhere, but you still want to invest, you can take out 100% of the equity you have in that property, and then take that equity that you got out of the property tax free, and you still don't have any mortgage insurance or any of that, you can still take that money you took out from your refinance and then invest it into a lower barrier of entry, and then or use that as a down payment to buy an investment property somewhere else. Like, it's a big power play that you get with the VA loan. Back to you, Tony.
Outstanding. So that is perfect right there. So the VA loan allows you guys to do 100% cash out refinance. Basically, if there's equity in your house, that means that equity is the difference between what the property value is and what you owe. So for those of you who can't see my face, just imagine the property's worth 400,000. What you owe on the loan is 400,000, and the property's worth 100,000. I mean 500,000. The difference is $100,000. You can take that $100,000 with a cash out refinance and invest in other real estate. Okay. So I see a question in the chat. Aubrey, the appraisal not sticking with the property should be the appraised value but low. Let's see here. What was the question, Bruno? Do you remember the question?
Yeah, they were asking. They said, "Hey, like, what's the benefit of the appraisal sticking with the individual and not the property?" So the answer that I was given in the chat is that the advantage of that is that should the appraised value come in low for a property, and then should we cancel because the home didn't appraise at the purchase price, then it means that the next veteran or the next person that comes through, they have another shot at getting another appraisal done. And then what is important is for people to understand that these appraisals, right? I'm telling you, man, anything that's done by a human, right? There are human factors behind it. So the appraisers are somewhat subjective because one appraiser can disagree with another, right? So if you have the comparables and you have the data to back it up, okay, then you as a listing agent, then it's in your best interest to try to advocate for that purchase price that you guys are trying to get it to. So if unlike with FHA, right? So the FHA that sticks with the property, one appraiser can go and issue notice of value for that property, and for the next 90 days, it doesn't matter who the buyer is. If they're going FHA, there is not going to be another appraisal to get done, right? So that amount is what's stuck with it. So if somebody is going to go with an FHA, that's pretty much the value that's already there. So the advantage of it, right, in short form is if it sticks with the individual as the individual moves on and is no longer a buyer, another buyer can come along and get another appraisal done, therefore getting another shot at potentially trying to get that purchase price. But hopefully that answered the question, Aubrey. If it didn't, please come up on stage and ask your question some more, because it's a super great question that you asked, and I'm glad that you did. So hopefully that answered it.
Bingo. And guys, that was a great question. And then guys, we're at the final reset. Let's go. All right. You guys are in the Win in Real Estate house, guys. If you guys enjoyed this conversation, put a fire emoji in the chat right now. If you guys enjoyed this conversation today, put a fire emoji in the chat. We want to see who enjoyed the conversation. Sonia, Ian, Terrence, I see you guys. This is just scratching the surface. Nemo Cash, I see you. Now let's talk about Maran. I see you. Here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. Marin, I want you guys to do me a favor. All right. Here's the goal. I want every single person in the listening lounge, if you're down at the bottom and you're not on stage, for this last 15 minutes, if you enjoyed this conversation, I'm going to ask each and every one of you guys to hit the clipboard and get on stage. Raise your hand. Okay. The reason why I'm asking you guys to raise your hand is because if you support veterans, I'm going to ask all of you guys to get on stage, because when you get on stage and I'm inviting you to speak, all you got to do is come on stage. You don't have to speak. What that does is it helps let everybody know that you're here in the Win in Real Estate house. And then for those of you who have red tickets, and I got a special announcement to make. We reached 3,000 members in the Facebook group. So I want to give a special shout out to everyone who's joined the Facebook group. Really appreciate you guys in there. What's in there right now is a minutes document. We went over that with building wealth for children. We got the business plan template in there, and we got a bunch of other stuff that you guys could download to help you win. And we'll post that link in the chat, so it's down at the bottom. But we want to make sure that above my head, you'll see a link to where you guys could click that link above my head and then actually get on the waiting list for the 10X Vets movement, okay? And our staff will be reaching out to you. If you're a real estate professional, a veteran, or a military spouse, or even if you support veterans and you want to become a part of that movement, click the link above our head, fill out the information, and then our staff will reach out to you so you can be a part of this movement. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about is the VA loan, VA construction loan and how it works. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions about what we've talked about today? Any questions about the VA loan that you'd like to ask? Any questions about the VA home loan benefit that you guys would like to add?
Well, actually, I have a question.
Sure.
With the VA loan, um, do I have to work with somebody specific to do the VA loan and things like that, like a specific realtor or loan specialist, things like that?
Yes, it is required for you to work with a. No, I'm joking. Who was that to ask that question?
It's your car. I'm at the bottom. I'm just taking in a lot of knowledge because I actually have a property management business and I'm working on getting some properties, and I'm a veteran as well.
What branch of service did you serve in, brother?
Army. For
Oh
2 years,
man.
I was finance.
Whatever y'all be saying.
Yeah.
Well, brother, thank you for asking that question. Okay. You do not, number one, you got your VA home loan benefit, so you can invest with the VA home loan benefit. Okay. And then getting into this market and soliciting to vets, I got a pop quiz for you guys. And I'm going to open up this mic for everyone. Okay. Why would he want to have a veteran tenant in his property?
Because
Anybody
they
can
always
answer.
get paid. They,
He went up paid. He went paid 20%, 25%. He had paid 10.
Okay, close. But why would you want a veteran tenant in the property? Why would you want to get a veteran tenant in for your property management company?
So if he's able to get an active duty service person in there, then on the 1st and the 15th, you know that money is coming in, right? So it's less stress in trying to hunt somebody down and trying to get things paid. They get money specifically for housing, so it's harder for them to get fired. And that money is guaranteed to come in. So even regardless of what happens to the economy, man, like I was in the Marine Corps, right? When there was a crash in the economy, and there's been a few crashes that have happened, and you know what? On the 1st and the 15th, our pay did not change, and it always hit.
Bingo. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, military people don't get fired. Number two, typically they have, if they got, if they fill out their paperwork, they have disability, right? And if they're active duty and you got a tenant in there, you can call their command and make sure that they get the support that they need, in order to make sure that you win in real estate with the VA home loan benefit. So those are just a couple of factors in regard to that, and then we'll make sure that you get joined.
Oh, I get what you were saying. You was pretty much saying like use the loan to get a home and then it would be good for me to put either active duty or a veteran in that home.
Bingo.
Gotcha. Noted.
Bingo, my friend. Okay. All right. And usually I will probably say there's a large percentage of military people that the BAH usually goes up, which is the housing allowance, which is non-taxable income. It usually goes up to depending on what the market value is. I got two properties that are not that don't have military people in them, and I'm getting headaches. But all of the people that I have military tenants in my properties, not once have I had to reach out and ask for the rent to be paid. It comes in like clockwork. Okay, so not saying that will be your experience, but what I've had from investing in real estate since 1998 is that the tenants that are in the properties, I usually don't have problems with them. Okay.
Right. I mean, overall, the goal. Obviously, it's good to start that way. But for me, the goal is to buy land and either build houses or buy houses and stuff like that and just wholesale entirely. But obviously, you have to start somewhere. So my goal is to start with Airbnbs and then use the VA loan. But the only reason why I can't use my VA, I wouldn't say that I can't, but my credit score is low right now.
It doesn't matter what it's okay. So look, brother, let me
But
ask
it's also I
let me
have
ask you
collections on there too.
it doesn't matter. Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
All right, real time. Usually at the end of the room, I like to do this. Do
Yeah.
you when do you want to have your next property? Have you ever used your VA loan?
No, I've never used it.
Were
I
you
tried to use it back in 2021, but I never finished going through it because life got crazy. But I've never used it,
are
and
you
I'm
at
100% service connected.
okay? Are you active duty or were you in the
No,
reserves?
I'm a veteran. Oh yes, I was active.
Okay, and you have an honorable discharge.
Yes,
Okay. Sierra is already okay. So this is what we're gonna do. When do you want to have your first property?
I would love to have it as soon as possible, but at least within the next 2 months, more 2 to 3 months.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do a commitment with you real time. Okay. I want you to repeat after me. I will
I will
have my first property
have my first property
utilizing my VA loan
utilizing my VA loan
by November 1st,
by November 1st,
2023.
2023. By or before.
Okay. By that time.
Right.
All right. So we have that commitment. If you guys believe that he's going to do that, now this is what Sierra has already sent you a message. Okay. Click the link above my head and put the information in the chat. Okay. And then okay. And Natalie, I see you. You will have your first property. Okay. We're going to help you guys do this real time. Okay. So we have two people that have raised their hand that committed to getting their next property. Now, guess what? It could be you. For those of you who are listening, and you haven't made a commitment or asked you a question, I'm going to prove to you guys that those two people right now that committed themselves to having their next property or your first property or your next property, if you're a veteran and you want to get your property before the end of the year, put your name in the chat right now. I want to know who you are, who's committed to getting their next property, because we're going to help you underwrite the property. We're going to help you get one. And we guys are going to give you an example of how to do it. Okay. Okay. So Bruno's got Natalie. Okay. And then Sierra has got you. Okay. Real time before see those two people. Okay. Natalie. Okay. And Dante. We got three people. All right. So right now I want all of you guys to click your name. Okay. Okay. Sandra, I see you. Okay. And I see Lawrence Thomas. Okay. I see, man, this is bubbling up. Okay. For those of you who are committing, I'm going to show you guys what commitment looks like. Zarel, are you here? Zarel. Dang it. Zarel's not here. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Bang. Okay. All right. Zarel, I want you to give these people the motivators that committed to getting their property, right? Right now, we got three people that committed to getting their property. Zarel just went through the process, guys. I'm gonna post the link so you guys can see him getting his keys. If you go to my Instagram, matter of fact, click on my profile, go to my Instagram, you will see Zarel getting his keys real time on Instagram. Zarel, tell us about your property. Tell us about the LLC that you're going to set up, and tell us what your plan is, and tell us how you bought the multi-unit, and then how long it took you guys. Took you to go through the process. I want you to tell them your quick story. Go ahead, jump in.
Okay, real quick, I want to say I always like to give credit, to the people that helped me. Anthony, the team, Ian, Bruno, Kyler, Sierra, Cynthia, and Kayla and Constance. But basically, I started the process in like October. I went to the seminar. Anthony wasn't even there. I didn't even know that he was like my fraternity brother, so it had nothing to do with the frat. It was just like, hey, I wanted to buy a house and use the VA loan. Bruno and Ian gave the presentation, and Constance just kind of like stayed in the back. And then they explained everything so clear, so well that I left there and I was like, hey, I got to get started. I kept texting Constance, like, I got to get started. I got to get started. Actually, I met Terrence there. Terrence is on the app too, and Terrence is not even from California. So I was able to kind of network with Terrence. And Terrence, like, his daughter lives in California. He lives in, I think, I want to say Atlanta or something like that. But with that being said, man, we started looking in November. I got approved. Then we started looking. We found something in January. We fell out of escrow. That didn't work out. That was in Inglewood, California. That property was for 1.45 for a triplex. A lot of people, that guy was being very greedy. It got appraised for like 1.3. He got upset because it wasn't what he wanted. So we had the appraiser go back and do it again. The appraiser was like, look, I'll do it for 1.355. The guy wanted me to pay an additional 45,000 in cash so he could be at an even 1.4. We did not do that. Went to the next home
No, wait. Well, I want you to pause
and
right there. What did I tell you though? I'm not going to allow you to buy a property unless what?
yeah, unless it was the property for me, you know what I mean? Like it didn't matter. Like Anthony could have talked me into it, like, hey man, just going to get a guy some money or whatever, and he would have made way more money on the deal. But his whole thing is like he wanted me to be comfortable. He wanted me to be um uh like free to make that decision, and he didn't want me to put myself in a position where it would hurt me, because with that particular property, and you got to understand, like, people will just say anything to you, like even escrows, like the escrows can hold your money, like, and he's advocating, you guys don't see on the front end, they're advocating on your behalf, and they're dealing with all these issues. We're dealing with our kids, we got family issues. My son actually was sick. He just got out the hospital like last week. He had 3 blood transfusions, and while we were there, we were still doing paperwork. We were still like living life. And so while we're living life, sometimes Anthony couldn't come, and Sierra would have to drive out to LA, and she was showing me properties, and I'm thinking she's, like, I had never met her, but she showed me one of the properties that we went to. She showed me. We ended up putting a deal in on that one. And this guy, he loved my family. He wanted to sell the property to me. He had prayed that, he would find a Christian family because we're Christian. And he wanted to sell the house to me. He told his realtor, I want to sell my house to that guy. So we started the process. Um, Unfortunately, same thing happened. Sometimes people, when they live in homes, they don't fix stuff until it's time to sell the property. So he had all this stuff that he had to fix. And it was just so much stuff that he had, because he had lived there for 35 plus years. He had lived there for so long that, I mean, he had the money to fix it. It was eating into his profit, into his equity, and into, his income, or his money that he had. And I'm so glad that we were patient, because what happened is when the rains came, remember we had heavy rain back in like February or March. He had a cellar, like a basement. One of the walls in the basement collapsed because of so much rain. The foundation was good, but the wall that was helping the foundation to collapse. So he fixed it. He fixed everything that for the most part, we needed done. But when the appraisal came back, it came back 200,000 less than what he wanted, and so it didn't work. So then we're thinking like, man, we're gonna wait. Summertime's coming. We got stuff to do. My son is sick. Excuses start to get in your head. You're like, man, we're gonna wait. So then my wife is like, well, let's just try one more time. So we found a place. They wanted 1.4. Anthony got the paperwork going, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, we got a cash buyer. And Anthony's like, okay, really? Like, you got a cash buyer?
Y'all gonna like
And
this
they're like,
one.
yeah, we got a cash buyer. So Anthony says, well, look, we're ready to go. Like, we ready to go right now. You can go with your cash buyer, but it's not gonna sell. Like, most people, money is expensive right now. Interest rates are high, and but when you're ready, we'll be here, or we may not be here, because we're gonna continue to look. But with all respect, like, hey, you know, you guys have to make a decision. So they went with the cash buyer. We ended up not closing. That was at the same time of that second deal that didn't work. So now we're like, okay, Anthony's like, be patient, don't trip.
The person with the power.
They
The
end up
person with the power has what? The person with the money has a
has
what?
the money. The person with the money has the power. And
And
he kept telling us that, like, you guys have the power, you guys have the money. Be patient. I would call Constance and be like, man, do I need to pay off my debt? Do I need to? She's like, no, why you keep worrying about your debt? Like, why you keep worrying about things that don't matter? Like, you guys have to be patient. And Constance told me, she's like, the house will find you. Like, you keep looking for the house, but what you have to do is you have to continue to work, continue to save, be disciplined, stay focused on what's going on in front of you, and the house will find you. Like, that's literally what she told me. She's like, stop worrying about the other stuff. Let us do the behind the scenes stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, you know, every time I had a question, of course, I'm texting. I'm trying not to bug. I'm respecting them on the weekends. Like, hey, man, I got a question this Sunday. Anthony's like, well, send it to me. You know, we'll figure it out. Long story short, man, did you know that same investor called me back and was like, told Anthony, like, hey, look, the deal fell out with the cash investor. I actually have another home in Long Beach as well. I'm having a tough time selling that one. Would your buyer like to look at both of them? Anthony was like, sure. So he sent it to me. I looked at both of them, was like, no, I'm still going with the other property. Um, that's out in Torrance. And so I went with that property and he started the paperwork that day, and then we closed escrow in less than 30 days.
Now let me tell you. Now this property, we got closing costs. We got what, 30,000, 40,000.
Yeah. Yep.
We got closing cost concessions for him, right? So he wouldn't have to pay closing costs instead of lowering the price. So he moves into a property that keeps the value. So this is one of the things when negotiation that a lot of people miss. Now, I was afraid to show him, but I put in when I got to the house, I showed him text messages of me arguing with the real estate professional. And I straight up told him, that house is not going to sell and I'll be waiting on your call back. That's how confident I knew that cash buyer was going to fall out. So when you guys are out here and you're a real estate professional and you're accepting these cash buyers, just know that everybody ain't created equal. And I see my brother Luis Estrella just pulled up. And thank you for that story, guys, because I wanted you guys to hear that story real time. And this could be you. So right now we have a commitment from 4 people. I'm going to ask again.
Hey, I
Yes,
want to
go
say
ahead.
one more thing, Anthony.
Yeah, jump in.
So before I land, I just want to say that before we closed, I had Constance go through everything, like line by line. We was on the phone for probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I told her ahead of time, like, Constance, I don't understand everything. I want to understand everything from A to Z, rooted to the tutor. Like, I want to get it. And so I was asking questions like, well, why is the VA charging me a 2.2%? She would answer the question. Well, where's my PMI payment? Because this is not my first home. Like, I have a duplex as well. And I had been saving for years. I had been working, I'm talking 4, 5, 6 years. I had been working and saving because I wanted to get into the multifamily sector. So again, it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. But when you have the VA loan, you have more leverage. And I did not know that. And I'm going to work and there's tons of people around me that are veterans. And I'm like, when you gonna buy a home? They're like, well, I don't know. I got, this injury. And then for me, because I went through the program, like I paid a 2.2% VA fee and they have an injury. They're getting a check from the government already. Well, the
That's
fact that you have,
crazy.
because I went through the class, I know that your 2.2 fee is waived. So what does that mean? That means that you don't have to pay an additional $30,000, $40,000 just to lose. Basically what that means is that just to use the VA loan is 2.2% of the purchase price. Well, that $30,000 that's added on the back end, if you have that VA, if you have that disability, or even if it's just 10% or whatever percent, they're going to waive that fee. I'm not disabled. I'm still working. I'm still out here humping, working doubles and triples, in my career. And so my coworkers that I'm working with don't have to pay that extra 30,000, and they don't know that. So when Anthony says you have the power, you have the money and you have the power, they don't know what type of power, meaning even though it's zero down, it's still cheaper to go with the VA loan, because when you go FHA or conventional, you're going to pay 3.5 to 5% to go with those loans, and they're going to charge that to you. With the VA, you're not getting charged that. You're only getting the fee. But if you have that disability, you're not even getting that fee tacked on. And so your closing costs are going to be lower. Closing costs on $1 million property in California can be well over $100,000. So with if you take away from that $100,000, $40,000, you're saving so much money because the VA is there backing you. So I didn't know that, and that's just one line. Like, we went through every single line. So I'm gonna land, but again, it's a learning process. That's why I love getting on these calls. I'm always keeping notes, keeping the pen and pad. I'm always picking up stuff because now that I'm an investor, now what I'm doing, just so you guys know, now what I'm doing is I'm positioning myself for the next purchase.
Oh, don't
So
give
I'm
them, don't
going
give
through
them
my
all the tea now.
taxes.
Don't give them all the tea
Okay,
now. They're
all
gonna have
right.
to.
We
Yeah,
don't
listen. Check this
we don't
out.
we don't stop there.
Check this out, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, when you see how excited he is,
Very. He loves it.
he started this process 8 months ago. We went and we saw we saw so many houses, and we got told no. We only need one yes, guys. He now has a multi-unit for his family. He has a property that's going to cash flow with 2 additional units. Okay. And he also has the value of the property, and the seller paid the closing cost. This could be you. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to commit right now. Okay. If you're in here and you want to be like Zarel getting a multi-unit with the VA loan. Put a 1 in the chat if you want. Look, this is a real person. If you go on my Instagram right now and scroll down, you'll see him and his wife and his and baby, right? Future Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated member. Okay, one of the bros. Buy the house right off of the app, starts from scratch, come get the training and duke it out with these sellers that don't know the VA loan. We argued about this stuff where the lady didn't even know. And guess what? The unit that he qualified for, okay, the $1 million unit, those 2 additional units are going to cash flow from him. Okay, so now he has a business. So we're not only doing this, we're taking it one step further, guys. He's setting up his LLC. He's setting up his business. He's putting the property in a trust, so his kids are taken care of. And now he has a property that he can pass down from generation to generation. This
And he's putting the
investment,
property in the trust too. That
this
brother's on it.
this investment that he has right now is going to pay him $10 million in 30 years. Fact. He has 2 units making that he's going to rent out for $3,000 a piece approximately. That's $6,000 of cash flow. He's going to live in the front unit. He's going to set up his LLC and establish the 3 C's: credit, collateral, and capital. But you won't know that if you guys are sitting on the sideline. Get in the game. So I see some people that are committed. I see my brother that was in the Army. I don't want to butcher your name. I see Miss Hunter. I see
It's
Dante.
Yakar.
Say it again.
Yakar.
Yakar, that's a dope name. All right.
Yeah, it's my Hebrew name.
That's a really cool name. And then for those of you who Ian, Bruno, and Sierra on Facebook, we got some people that have committed. Who else has a question about the VA home loan benefit? Who has a question?
I actually do have a question for you, Anthony.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can a can a so I am a veteran, but my brother and my sister are children. My mother and father both served in the military. Can they leverage the VA home loan at all?
Yes, they can. It's called the joint VA loan. Sierra, are you with us? Who wants Sierra? Okay, Ian, Bruno, jump in. Tell them about the joint VA loan and
I'm
what that
here.
looks like.
Whew. I'm sorry, working out. I'm here though.
Okay, joint VA loan. The question was, they have a family member that has the VA home loan benefit. Okay, she's going to start with the joint loan. Okay, we'll just give her an answer and then get throw the layup so we can throw the alley oop so we can slam dunk it. The question was, can I go on the loan with, if I'm a non-veteran, with a veteran?
So yes, you can go on the loan with a veteran as a non-veteran. The veteran does have to own or occupy, so that is the catch to that. And I'll throw this to Bruno.
Bingo.
Okay, so the thing really is just understanding the down payment requirement for the non-veteran. Okay, so it's to make it easy and short, we'll say so it's 12.5% down. Okay, but with that 12.5% down payment that the non-veteran needs to make, that opens them up and gets them to qualify for everything that the VA loan entails, and that's the EARL, the cash out, and everything else. I'll land there.
Okay, now let me show you how that works. Okay, so let's just say that me and Bruno wanted to buy, and is my brother? Let's see here, man. We supposed to shut down, but man, we just got some heavy hitters that just came into the room, man. Is Luis Estrella here? Did Luis leave?
I think he stepped out, man.
Okay, my brother Luis Estrella was in here. Okay, but let's talk about this real quick, and then we're gonna open it up for questioning. Guys, listen. Above my head, if you are looking to invest and you want to be like my brother Mr. Casey that just talked about buying a multi-unit, setting it up on a trust, and then having that property work for him for generations to come. If that's you, get on, click that link above my head, fill out the information, and then we'll get you on our schedule. We have 5 people commit to getting their property, 3 of them real time, and then you guys are going to be our testimony. If you are a real estate professional and you want to be a part of this 10X Vets movement, okay, you do not have to be a veteran. Click the link above my head. Get in. If you're trying to build your business around veterans with us, we cannot do 21 million veterans with a 50-man team. We got to have partnerships, okay, that we know, like, and trust. So if that's you, click the link above my head. Get on stage. Click the link. Get the information about the 10X Vets movement. We will be in Miami next week. Okay. And then our first a big event will be here in California. So you guys can learn what Zarel learned. Here's what we're going to be teaching: how to buy or build a business as a veteran, how to structure your property to get cash flow so you have passive income, how to master the VA loan, how to joint VA loan, how to build a multi-unit with the VA loan. Okay, we're going to teach you all of that stuff. And then that lead, if you're a real estate agent, you can partner with us. And then actually, if it's not in California, our mortgage professional will qualify them. And then once you're certified as a 10X Vets agent, we will, and Dante, I got you, brother. I see you in the chat. Dante says that he wants to be a testimony. Dante, I got you. Okay. You will be a testimony as well. Okay. You can partner with us so you can get that lead, and we'll show you how we did $1 billion worth of real estate off of this app. And you will get in our Facebook group and all of our social media platforms, to include our YouTube channel. Okay. The only way that we're going to be able to grow this thing is that we have to have strategic partners that are looking to help and serve veterans. Okay. We will help you through the entire process. Okay. Now, are there any questions, that you may have for us? Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Hari from Nepal. So I was listening. Namaste to all. This namaste is greeting in our local language, Nepali style.
Well, greetings.
So I heard about EEM, energy efficient mortgage.
That is correct.
So this is new term for me. So could you please explain me a bit more, sir?
Absolutely, brother. Okay, so the EEM, and thank you for asking that question, because guess what? If you have, if you wanted to invest in the United States and you are looking to invest all the way from Nepal, you can get on a joint VA loan with a veteran. As long as you are, there's 2 ways. You could become a partner with a veteran by creating a operating agreement with a limited liability company, saying that you are going to be invested with that vet, and then go on title to the property, which makes you have ownership. That's going to require for you to have no money down. And then you can set up that operating agreement to where the secondary purchase from doing the cash out refinance, let's just say you bought a property for $500,000, and then it's a distressed property, or under market value, and then you said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you the rehab money," and then once you're gonna use my money to do the rehab, and I'm gonna use your VA loan, and then once the equity position goes up in the property, you do the 100% cash out refinance, then take that $100,000 to buy another multi-unit property with the 20% down. If you take 500,000 and multiply times 20%, that's 100,000. So you're leveraging the VA loan to become, you can own 10 units. So that means I can buy a 5-plex with the VA loan with the first, with no money down, and then I can do the cash out refinance of the distressed property that have 10 units. So you have 10 doors that you can cash flow on. Now the EEM is an energy efficient mortgage, and the VA loan allows you to do any energy efficient improvements up to a certain amount within that interest rate reduction refinance loan to lower your interest rate. So let's just say that I had a property that I bought, and after the 210 days of financing that property, I wanted to do an interest rate reduction refinance to go from a 6% to a 5%. I can add on solar panels at no expense from the equity position in the loan, or I can do any improvements like energy efficient faucets, energy of anything that's going to increase the saving energy or water. Okay, plumbing, heating, air, electrical, foundation, and roof. Those are the 6 things that you can improve with the energy efficient mortgage. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing that
I
question from the Paul.
understand.
That's awesome, man. I mean, that's an awesome question. And you were listening because I said that about 20 minutes ago. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else
Okay.
has a question on stage about the VA home loan benefit?
Hi, I have a quick question.
Jump in, sister.
With the yeah, with the so with the VA loan, I know the gentleman spoke about this earlier. But if you want to put a house that you own with a VA loan under an LLC, do you lose those VA loan benefits since it's owned by a business now, not an individual?
Now I'm gonna
Or how
ask
do you
you.
go about it?
I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay. Now, how did you hear about this space?
My realtor actually is Luis Estrella.
That's my
He
dog,
brought my
Luis
information
Estrella. Is
to
he
me.
still here?
I don't see him.
Okay. All right. So the question is, should you put the property in a limited liability company? The answer would be no. Now, are you ready to take notes? Now, if y'all want me to give her that answer, I need 10 of y'all to raise your hand. I cannot give her the answer. If you're in the listening lounge, I need 10 people to raise their hand right now. And I'm going to give her the answer. I'm going to give you the bulletproof structure on how Anthony Glenn, okay, the VA loan god, what structure without having to put the property in the LLC and why you do not want to put the property in the BJ's in the building. What's up, BJ? BJ, why haven't you joined the house? Come on, BJ. Okay, I need 10 people to raise their hand in the listening lounge because we got 70 people here right now. 10 people, raise your hand. Okay, I need 6 more people to raise their hand. Okay, come on up on stage. We're going to bring you up. Okay, I need 4 more people. Okay, you're helping us grow the space. Okay, I'm inviting you guys to the stage. Okay, moderators, bring them up because I'm going to answer this question for her. Okay, now actually, I'm a yield the mic. Okay, to Bruno, Ian, Sierra, or any of the moderators. Y'all have heard me say this over and over again, and we're gonna post. You all got about 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna post the link at the top where I explain the trust and the limited liability company and the fundamental difference between the two. We're gonna post that link above so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and listen to that. I'm gonna tell you, are you committed? I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you committed to listen to the YouTube channel so you know the difference? Yes or no?
Yes.
Bingo. I got a commitment. Okay. I'm going to give you the answer now. All right. Moderators, jump in. How would you guys have heard me say this time and time again? How would you structure that property versus putting it in the limited liability company?
So I'll go first. So instead of putting it in an LLC, you should put it in a trust,
Bingo.
and then make your LLC the beneficiary of that trust. Reason being is because your LLC is not the veteran. Your LLC did not serve, and it is tailored. This loan product is tailored to help veterans acquire real estate and actually have a place to live because there's so much homelessness. And I will land there and let one of the other moderators pick up on where I left off. But yes, put it in a trust and then allow the LLC to be the beneficiary of the trust.
Bingo. Bingo, 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 bingo.
And then also
Go ahead. Jump in,
run
Ian.
you can run the income through the LLC also, so that way you can get the tax benefits of it as well.
Bingo. 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 All right. So as you can see, we got some savages on the stage right now that can teach you how to structure this. Number 1, property goes into trust so you don't own it. So if something happens to you, then you're protected. The trust supersedes you. So that means if you pass away and it's in your name, it's going to have to go through the probate process. Number 2, create the limited liability company for your rental business. So now you have two forms of protection. The property's in a trust, so you don't own it. The limited liability company is running the rental income. And then the third thing is that now as you run money through, everybody put 3 C's in the chat right now. 3 C's, 3 C's, 3 C's. 3 C's. Every single person in here put 3 C's in the chat. 3 C's, 3 C's. Madam, I see you followed the instructions. Bruno, I see you followed the instruction. I should see 71 people in here putting 3 C's. Do that right now because I'm about to drop some game. The
One more
three,
thing I want to say, Anthony, too, while they put in the threes. Whenever you do, even if you were to try to change it into LLC, you will have to pay the remainder of your balance in full within what is it? Oh, Ian's on the phone. 30 days. You have to come up with that money in full. So please, please, please do not put your property in the name of an LLC, or those loan officers will be on it quick and sending out those notices to pay in full. Go ahead, Anthony. I'll land.
Okay, so let me give you an example of what she's talking about, okay? So that's called a due on sale clause, okay? So what happened to me is that once you transfer your property into an LLC, the individual doesn't own it anymore, the LLC does. Okay. So what'll happen is your LLC is not a person, it's a business. Then your LLC didn't qualify for that. I'm not telling you that you can't do it, but you do run the risk of them calling the note due and accelerating the note. That's what it's called. So I got a letter in the mail basically telling me that I needed to, and as we're going here, I'm gonna pull it up because we're starting to grow. Guys, we're supposed to shut down already. We're supposed to be done, but I kind of feel like we got to keep cooking. Bruno, Ian, what do you think? You think we should keep rocking and rolling, man? Because we got a lot of people that just joined the space. Do you think we should go? If y'all want us to go
Cook
for,
it up, baby. Cook it up.
you want us to cook it
Let's go.
up?
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Who was that said cook it up? Was that Luis that came back?
Let's go, baby.
Man, I just
Too
called
many
on you, brother,
Jersey.
man. Tell the people
Gotta
who you
keep
are and
going.
what you do, man.
Man, keep it quick. New York, New Jersey, Dominican Republic, real estate, everything else in between, baby. We here, man. We here.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, Luis is one of our partners. Okay. When we first started this movement, Luis, how many deals have you closed in New York with us?
Right now, 4, but we cooking up some more. What's up?
He's closed 4 transactions with us. 4. Okay. 4. Do you know why? Because I know he's compassionate. I know that he wants to serve the community. I know I can trust him. And I know he's not going to rip people off. And I know he's going to negotiate. So guys, listen, if you are a real estate professional and you want to make more money now, can you give me an example of what one of those properties were? What's the highest one that you actually did, Luis, price point wise?
The highest one was 500,000.
Okay, so
Average commission of 2.25 to 2.5.
okay, so let's just do this math real quick so you guys can understand what we're trying to do here. Okay, Luis is my brother. Okay, he supports the Winning Real Estate House. 500,000 times 2.5%. It's $12,500 times 4. It's 50 grand. $50,000, guys. Okay. Now it's not about the money. The reason why we pick Luis to send our deals to out there in New York and New Jersey is because I know he understands the value, the people over the profit. I know that we can trust him, and I know that he knows VA loans, and I know that we can send those deals out there and we mutually benefit. So for those of you who just joined the space, if you're a real estate professional or mortgage professional, you want to get a part of that, the link is above my head. Click that link above, get in the house, and then you can make the money with us, and we mutually benefit. Thank you for bringing. And one of your clients just asked us a question. So here's the strategy just to end that question. And somebody make Giuseppe a moderator. He just came in here. What's up, Giuseppe? Good to see you. Number 1, put the property in the trust. Number 2, go to LegalZoom, or whoever creates an LLC, create the limited liability company. Okay. And then number 3, run the tenant is going to pay the property manager. The property manager is going to pay your LLC. And then the 3 C's is going to create what you need to get business credit, collateral, and capital. Now, here's a little bit of real estate trivia. What is the LLC? Is that credit, collateral, or capital?
Capital.
Okay. Who else? What else do you guys think?
It was credit capital, or what was the last one?
Collateral.
I'm a,
Collateral. I think
Collateral.
it's collateral.
Bingo. Bingo. Okay. The LLC is collateral because you have a business that's making what? Money. So
Money.
you got collateral. The LLC is a entity. That means that it's collateral. Okay. Now, what can they do with a business that's making money in the event that you're not paying? They can do a charging order and garnish your wages. So that's collateral. Now, the LLC making money. What is the money that the tenant is paying into the LLC?
Income.
Income. So that's what? Credit, collateral, capital.
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 And then now, once the bank sees that you have rental income coming into the limited liability company, okay, now they want to lend you what?
Credit.
Credit. Bingo. So you create those three C's when you create that, and that, my friend, is how I would structure everything versus just going out and setting up an LLC. Now you know why you should set up an LLC. Did I answer your question?
You sure did.
I think that's a yes. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Who else has questions about the VA home loan benefit? Who else has questions?
Is it
I
true that you can do it as many times as you want, like as long as you keep paying it off?
You don't even have to
The
pay off
VA
the.
loan.
You don't have to pay out the VA loan to do it again. Sierra and Bruno or any of the moderators want to jump in of why you don't have to do it again? Why you can use the VA loan again? Oh, VA construction loan. We got you, Natalie, and we're gonna talk about that next. That's gonna be the last thing that we talk about because we got some work to do, y'all. Okay, so can you use the VA loan over and over again, and how? Who wants to jump in?
You absolutely can. It all depends on a couple different things, though. You got to make sure that you're not within a certain distance of the original property. So that's one thing. I mean, if you want to, just move and buy your next door neighbor's house, like, no, you can't do that. It has to be a certain distance away, and you have to have a reason behind it, right? Say if your job switched you from one location to another or one state to another, then you can use it again.
Now,
And
pause right
then,
there, real quick. I got a question for you, though, Ian. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. What if I live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo and I just had a baby? Can I buy the next door neighbor's house if it's a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom?
yes, because you have to be able to occupy the property.
And justify why you're moving up, right? So go ahead, Ian.
So you need justification, right, in order to rationalize with the bank that you need to use your VA loan again. And then thirdly, also, if you remove the VA's oversight on that property, then you have your entitlement restored. Okay. And so once you have your entitlement restored, say you sold that property, and therefore the VA is no longer associated with it whatsoever, then you have 100% of your entitlement restored to purchase another property. And also, again, if a situation happened where you got to an equity position, say it's $100,000 property, it's worth $100,000, but you got it paid down to $80,000, so you got like 20% equity. At that point, you could refinance that property to a conventional loan product, and because a new loan product is now under control of that property, the VA is not associated with it. The VA got paid off, so they're not worried about it. They're worried about stuff that they have to protect, because if you default on that loan, the VA's got to write the check. So if the VA is no longer tied to that property, they don't your VA's entitlement is restored again to then go out and purchase another VA sponsored property at zero down. Back to you, Tony.
Bingo. Okay. Man, that was really, really good, guys. And let me do the room reset. You are in the Winning Real Estate House. For those of you who have the red ticket, click the W above the head with the little red star and join the house so you can win. And then also, I want to give a special shout out to everybody that's here talking about the VA home loan benefit. Above my head, you will see a link to where you guys could get referral business with us. You do have to get certified to become a 10X Vet certified agent. Okay, and then we will talk about that. And then also, if you're not an agent, we're going to tell you how you can be complimentary to us and win in real estate with the VA home loan benefit, just like Luis did. That he proved that he's done 4 transactions with us on referrals from New York. We're in California. Okay. Sounds like Death Row against who was Death Row's California against Bad Boy, man. My man Luis Estrella is out there rocking and rolling, and we were able to be complimentary to his business by sending referrals to him. If you want to be a part of that and you're a real estate agent or a real estate professional or you're a veteran and you want to utilize your VA loan like Zarel did, click the link above. If you are a veteran, or you know a veteran, or you're married to a veteran and you want a partner, we talked about doing a joint VA loan, okay, where you can buy a multi-unit up to 5 units, 1 business unit and 4 owner-occupant units to do that, or a joint VA loan to where you can do up to 7 units, okay, with 2 veterans participating in ownership. Now, the last and final thing that we're going to talk about is the VA construction loan, okay? Does anybody have any questions, or do we have any vets that wants to commit to utilizing their VA loan to become an investor? Any questions?
Anthony.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a while ago because you talk so fast and you switch so quick. You know, I'm Southern. I can't. So I
What
can't.
part of the South are you from?
From Augusta. You ask me that every time. Yes, I'm from Augusta.
I can't see. Okay, so the reason why I'm asking is because I can't see the
It's Dr. Clarissa.
Oh, doctor, what's up? Okay, I can't see who's talking because I'm on a system. Okay, what's up, doctor? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in here and supporting. Miss J, how can we help you win?
I have a question about it was the LLC explanation you gave. I heard you mention before about anonymity and the protection of the veil. So could you talk about that a little bit when you're setting up an LLC? Um, the veil in this case.
Yes. Okay, so that's a great question. Okay, so when you create the limited liability company, all right. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys. Okay, so let me see here. Miss Hunter, okay. Bruno, can you park that question that she has? Make sure that I go back to that because Miss Hunter has a question. And for those of you who
Yes, sir.
okay, Miss Hunter has a question, and then Giuseppe, are you there? I want you to introduce yourself, let the people know who you are and what you do. I'm gonna come to you next. Giuseppe, is he here? Okay, Giuseppe's probably supporting. Thank you, Giuseppe, for coming up and being here. Moderators, make sure you check the hand raising, guys. We have 76 people here. Our goal was 300. We had 380 people. Here's the question: What does the LLC provide in regard to corporate veil? Okay, now let me paint a picture. If you own a home right now and you're here, put a 1 in the chat. If you are a homeowner and you own a property, put a 1 in the chat. Let's go for anybody on stage. Who owns a property on stage right now? Let me run a little play for you guys. If you're on stage and you say,
I do.
Who's that? Who's that? I do.
Sunny.
Sonny. Okay. All right, Sonny, I think I've done this to you before.
Oh, we can get someone else, Anthony.
Okay, all right. Who else owns a property on stage right now? Who owns a house? Who's that? Okay.
So Anthony, my mother owns her home and she's a vet.
Okay.
She's interested.
Okay. All right. So here's a question. Is that Dante?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So Dante,
you gotta mute Marin because her mic a little background noise.
Oh, okay. All right. So here's the question, Dante. All right. Your mom owns the property. It's in her name, correct?
Yes, it is.
When she dies, who gets the property?
Because her home is not covered in a will or living trust. It's supposed to be going to my sister. We just have to go get the documents notarized. But it's in a will instead of being in a trust right now.
Okay, so you cannot put a will in, you cannot entitle a property in a will's name. So that means that anyone can go to probate and say, we want to contest this will. You know, we helped mom do this and provide information. And then now your property is caught in probate. Okay. For those of you who own properties also, listen to me. Okay. If you own a property and your property is not in a trust and you die, here's a little bit of real estate trivia. Do you still own that? Is that property still in the dead person's name? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
What was
it'll
the
go to the
original
beneficiary.
statement?
Let me ask this question again so you guys understand it, because this is a big one right here. If I'm on title, let's just say, let me give you the example, and this is just for instructional purposes only, guys. Listen to me. Jess Nascimento and Bruno are married. Bruno goes to Mexico and turns up and dies of alcohol poisoning because he likes to drink mimosas. Oh man. Ain't nobody got time for that. Now, here's the question. Is Bruno's name, yes or no, really quick, come off mute and answer this question. Is Bruno still on the loan? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
now Jess has to do something to get his name off of the loan. Now, Jess has sisters, brothers, and everything else. She's on title to the property because she's the wife. But anybody can contest that property, and she's going to have to do something to get his name off of the loan. Okay, because she didn't qualify for the loan by herself. This is just an example. Okay, so guys, listen. When you die, the will dies with you. Okay, the difference between the trust and the LLC, and the will, is that when you put the property within the trust owns it. So that means when they look it up, okay, that means that it says Nascimento Living Trust. So that means that whatever provisions get put in place, it's going to protect, okay, Jess from probate, because Bruno and Jess have agreed to make sure that everything is in place in the event that he dies. They can agree to say, we can't sell this property until our kids have kids. So now that property prints money forever. Okay. Now the second part is the LLC part. The LLC has something called a charging order. Put charging order in the chat. Now, all of the stuff that I'm talking about is in our YouTube channel. We're going to post that link at the top after I do this question. The charging order basically is something in regard to garnishing wages in the event that there's a lawsuit. So let me give you an example. Okay. So Ian, can you explain the charging order real quick, and then after you do that, I'm gonna tie it all up in a nice little bow. Go ahead.
Yeah, got you guys. Okay, charging order, cool little thing. It's one of the biggest benefits of an LLC. All right, so think of an LLC in comparison to a corporation, right? A corporation has lots of like stock options, right? So if you have a corporation and you get sued by some reason, say this is a real estate investment that we're talking about, hence the name of the room, right? And somebody has their granny come over, she breaks her leg, and they sue you, right? And you lose. They can get a piece of that corporation. And if they get a big enough piece of that corporation, they now own it, and you're forced out of the asset. So if that was a property, it would suck. So here, follow me this. Hold on, let me back up. So if you have an LLC and you get sued and you lose, say whatever, it's $100,000 house and they sue you for $51,000 and they win. So technically, if it was a corporation, they would own that corporation. If it was an LLC, all you have to do is pay them the $51,000, right? So in that circumstance, they have what's called a charging order on the LLC. So it happens, that's like a wage garnishment, like if you got sued on the private sector. So what they do is they take a piece of your profit until that person has been made whole. Whereas if you get sued in a corporation, they now own that asset and they can push you out of there. They could do a forced sale, just give you a check and say, too bad, I vote that you're out of this company. And then there you go, you lost that asset. Whereas if on the LLC side, all you got to do is make your restitution, you can still come back with it by owning that asset over a long period of time. Back to you, Tony.
Bingo. That right there is, and this is the type of high level stuff that people don't talk about. Ain't nobody talking about this on the app because they don't know it. So the LLC creates the LLC out of all of the corporate structure has the strongest corporate veil. Okay. So now also getting the property in the trust, you don't own it anymore. The trust owns it. So if the tenant tries to sue you, The tenant's paying an LLC. Okay. And then the LLC is within the trust along with the trust. So now not only do you have the property in the trust, you don't own it. They can't come after you. Now you got the LLC operating the business. Now they can sue the business, but you're an employee to the business. So guess what? You can fire yourself. Okay. That's why Trump, and then also you're building the 3 C's, which is credit, collateral, and what?
Capital.
Capital. And that's the reason why you set up the LLC, because once you establish the LLC and the bank sees that you're making money on a month-to-month basis, they're going to want to extend money so they can make money off of you having that LLC. Ooh, man, that's a whole bar. Did you get that? Did I answer your question, doctor?
You did. Thank you.
Now, are there any other questions about the limited? Any questions about the VA home loan benefit? Any other questions about the VA home loan benefit? Who has a question? Okay. Anybody have any questions? Now let's run this down real quick. The VA construction loan. Let's explain how that works real quick, and then we're going to be done. I'm going to yield the mic to Bruno. Bruno, go ahead and kick it like a sensei and talk about the VA construction loan. Guys, this is the last opportunity you're going to get. Jump on the stage right now. Click the link above my head. Okay. And then join, get in. We have a Facebook group and we have a YouTube channel. We're going to post the YouTube channel, but guys, get on the waiting list for the next event. For those of you who are who want to come to Miami and meet up with us, we are doing a 10X Vets event in Miami, and we'll kick that information out to you guys so you guys can go there for free and meet up with us so we can explain what the 10X Vets is so you can network with us. We currently have 321 people who have signed up for that event with Grant and Elena Cardone, and 10X Ladies is going to be there with Venus Williams. If you guys want to go to that event, you'll have an opportunity at a discounted rate to go to that as well through us. So click the link above my head, get in here, ask your question. And then we haven't forgot about you, Miss Hunter. We're coming to you next. Okay, Miss Hunter, what was your question that you had? Okay, what was the question that Miss Hunter had in the chat? We haven't forgot about you, sister.
She brought up the construction loan. I think that's the only thing that
can
I'm
I
tracking
go
on my
from,
end.
it says, can I go from conventional to a VA loan or VA loan to a conventional or something like that? Let me go back through the
Yeah,
chat.
she was asking if she can go from a conventional to a VA, and the short answer to that is yes, you absolutely can. You just do a regular refi, and then you would then be doing a refinance in the sense of that conventional loan that you have will get paid off. You qualify for the VA initially how you normally would, and then now that financing will then be under the VA, which would then open you up to reap all the benefits from the other things that come with it, the Earl, the cash out, and everything else. But short form or short answer is yes, you absolutely can
Jess,
go from one to the other.
Jess Nascimento, what are you eating over there? What you eating?
Lunch.
What we eating for lunch? Tell us what we got for lunch.
I'm having a little bit of pasta.
Oh, that looks good, man. I'm hungry.
I come all the way home to see my handsome husband from work.
Okay, guys.
I'm still on Clubhouse.
Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor, guys. Post a link in the chat, man, so you guys could see two members in the VA, the 10X Vets movement. We got Jess Nascimento and Bruno, and Jess will be our friend from Georgia, my favorite state, that's going to be rocking and rolling with Sierra with the actual VA, the 10X Vets. Military spouses. So if you guys want to be a part of that or support military spouses, we're going to be dropping it in the Facebook group and letting you guys know when we're going to go there and be dropping that. Now, Bruno, can you put the Facebook group in the chat so people can get on there and see our face? And then also, let's see here. I filled out the form, Natalie. We got you. Hunter, how do I speak? Oh, Miss Hunter, how you speak is there's a little down at the bottom of your phone. You'll see a little you'll see a little clipboard. If you hit that clipboard, it'll allow you to raise your hand. Let me see if I can give you an invite. Okay, you can raise your hand and come on stage, and then we can bring you on stage, and then you can actually unmute your mic by hitting the little mic and coming off your mic and asking your question. Okay, can y'all invite her to the stage, moderators, please? Okay. Now I got a question. I got a question from Aubrey. What are the costs associated with putting the property in the trust and making the LLC the beneficiary? Are those reoccurring costs? It's a one-time cost. So, and it's not a cost, it's an investment. Do you want your house to go through probate and them take 25% of your property? Because right now that's what investors do. They're taking your property because you have back taxes and your family's fighting over it. Or do you want to not create and invest in an LLC to create generational wealth? There's only two fundamental things to do about there's only two things to do. Guys, please do me a favor, okay? We can't resourceful VA loan information. If you want to come on stage and then build with us, please don't put stuff in the chat that we can't verify. If you want to come to the stage and then speak, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to invite whoever that is, resourceful VA loan information. Can you invite that person to the stage?
I don't
On it.
see that. Where's that at?
Okay, never mind. I don't see it anymore. Okay. So the question that Aubrey has is it's an investment. So it pretty much costs around the same cost that it does depending on how complex it is to set up a trust. And an LLC is a couple of $100. But the beauty of that is that owning property and owning a company is the only way the fastest way to creating generational wealth. You can't do it with investing in the stock market. Okay, because that requires for you to work. You can do it, but that requires for you to actually work, make the money to invest, and you're subject to the money that you invested to increase. And the only way you're going to increase the money is either the money makes money that you invested, or you're going to have to invest more money in order to get that percentage that you get. And if the company has a bad year, you lose your money. However, what's guaranteed is that you get to depreciate the property. You have the tangible asset, and the property prints money over time. When you die, that property is going to continue to print reoccurring money as long as a tenant's in there. When you die with any type of other assets or anything else, once you guys get done with investing, whatever they inherit is what they inherit. So as you guys are doing, if you guys are doing anything in regard to building your portfolio or doing anything else, the LLC and the trust, along with real estate, is the quickest way to generational wealth. My daughter
We
in
have
30.
Karine on stage, the one that you said to invite to speak, just a FYI.
Thank you very much. The money that you have, my daughter bought a property when she was 3 for $35,000 with $50,000 investment. She will have $650,000 at 18 years old, and in 30 years, that property will pay her close to $3 million in rental income. Okay, so the longer you keep property, is going to continue to print money. So instead of just investing in the stock market and putting your money into the S&P 500, into your Roth IRA, create your LLC to get business lines of credit, collateral and capital, put your property in the trust to protect your asset, put tenants in your property and allow your property to pay the money down, and then pass that property from generation to generation to create generational wealth. Are there any questions? Now I know that lady was on Aubrey. What question do you what? So that's the answer in regard to the cost of the LLC and trust. Now, who was that wanted to ask a question? That's on stage.
Karen or
It
Karine?
was me.
There you go.
Welcome to the Winning Real Estate House. How can we help you?
Thank you. My question is, I'm actually in the process of buying a house. I was supposed to close on Friday, but something came up and they pushed it off to, they said a week or two right now. But I did not go with my VA loan because I've tried so much and I was unsuccessful, and I kind of got lost patience, and now I'm with a conventional loan. So that's why I asked the question, can I go from that to it, or I have to start all the way over?
Have you closed on that property? Quick question.
I have not.
Here's what I would
How
do.
far along are you in that deal?
That's a good question.
I was supposed to close last week, but something happened with the title, and they said give them a week or two.
So the seller was the one that is saying to get the extension on this deal.
Yes, the seller apparently had her and her, I don't know if it's her stepson. It was the property was supposed to share between the two, and she tried to sell a property without the son knowing, and they caught it. So yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Do you want to answer that question, Bruno, or do you want me to go ahead and
Go for it,
answer?
bro. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, number one, I'm going to connect with you. And what loan are you using
Conventional.
with 20% down? How much is the property?
It's 260,
Man, that's a slap in
and it's
the.
not 20% down. It's 5%. It's 5%.
50
Okay.
grand.
Do you want us to save you $50,000?
Go ahead.
Now, when we do this for you, you're gonna have to come back here and listen. I like fruit roll-ups from Costco. Okay, that's what I want you to send me, some fruit roll-ups from Costco. Okay, all right, the strawberry
Okay.
ones. I'm gonna save you $50,000 right now. Okay, here's what you're gonna do. You got a 2-week extension, so so the title situation might not do that. You could still go with the VA. You could still go with the constraint. You could still go with the actual you could still go with that realtor. Oh man, this is a big one, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Are you getting okay? What is the realtor telling you to do, and where'd you find that real estate professional?
Basically, she's telling me it's up to me what I want to do. Um, she's whatever I want to do, she support. If I want to back out, she supports me, and if I want to continue, she's also in support.
Man, okay. Here's what I want to tell you. That realtor. How do you know this? Is this your friend?
No, it's not.
Okay, good, good. Good. I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm telling you that. The reason why I ask you if that's your friend or not is because that person should know that you're about to lose $50,000, because not lose, but that realtor should have connected you with someone, because the conventional loan is much harder to get than the VA loan.
And that's funny. The only reason there was 22 people went for the bid, and the only reason why I got it because I was the only one with a conventional loan. Everybody else was VA,
But see, you already in
and that's what
escrow.
the person said to
He-
her.
Here's some game right here. As long as the loan
Okay,
closes, it doesn't matter what type of loan that you do. Okay. And as long as you're
gotcha.
going through the contingency, now, number one, get an extension on the deal. Okay. It sounds like it's going to fall apart anyway because it's a title situation. Okay. Number two, you're going to interconnect with us. Okay. Today, you're going to get on the call with us today, and then we're going to walk you through this. And then number three, you're going to come, we're going to start the VA loan process with you so you can work this in simultaneous fashion. We're going to see which one is you're going to get a better interest rate. You're going to get a lower monthly payment. You're not going to have to pay PMI, and we're going to save you $50,000. In 2 weeks, we can get that loan done. Okay. And then you're going to come back on here and win in Real Estate House. And then you're going to say, I'm sending Anthony Glenn some fruit roll-ups from Costco. All right. Is that a deal?
Okay,
Okay.
deal.
All right. So we're gonna do that real time, and I'm glad that we kept this room open, because we're gonna that person needs to know VA loans, and Sierra right now is going to help you. You see, Sierra, do you know how to send a private message?
I do not. I just joined maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago for the first time.
Well, this is why we're
I
here,
will
y'all.
click on the airplane looking thing and I will send you a message right now.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, click on the airplane. You'll see a little airplane that says private. Click on her
It's the
profile.
top right corner, all the way on the top.
Yes, click on Sierra's profile, and you'll see a little airplane where you send message. Do you see that?
I see a little thing.
It's a paper plane, and then it says
Okay,
message.
got you.
Okay.
Gotcha. Message. Okay.
Okay. Now, and then I want you to send her. She's going to send you a message, and then after you do that, just to make sure that we don't lose you. Okay, I want you to click the link above my head. You will see a link where it says 10X Vets waiting list. Click that link, and then just in the notes, just put your name and phone number and email address. It's right above my head. You click the link above my head, fill out the information, and then Sierra and myself, we're going to give you a call today and make sure that you have something going simultaneous to this, because it doesn't sound like that agent knows what they're doing at the end of the day. And if they got an extension and I'm just telling you. I mean, that agent should not. That agent. I'm not trying to bash on your agent, but I'm just telling you, we're gonna help you get it done. We're not gonna. We're going to help you get it done. But $50,000 savings, there's no reason why you shouldn't have y'all use your VA loan over the conventional. Number one, you got to have a better credit. Number two, you got to put 50% down. Okay. And then number three, you're going to have a higher monthly payment. So at the end of the day, I just think, once we get, and we're not telling you to cancel that conventional deal, but what we're going to tell you is that you need to look at both options to see which one makes the most sense. It's free. It's not going to cost you any money. Okay.
Right.
And the ball's in your court right now, ma'am. And I think that's the thing where for something like this, it just takes a little bit of strategy, right? And it's not that your agent may not know what they're doing, but it just may be that your agent is not familiar with the loan side of things. And this is what really makes the difference, right? When you have people that are agents and loan officers individual lanes. But the problem happens is that when those lanes don't have ways to where they're crossing, collaborating, right? Meaning that if the loan officer doesn't have a little bit of experience or knowledge on structuring the deal, or the agent doesn't have a little bit of experience or knowledge when it comes to the loan side, they're not able to come up with an effective strategy. What Tony is talking to you about right now is what I have done personally in the property that I'm residing in right now. The only way that I was able to get the property into contract was by going conventional. I bought this property that you guys are seeing behind me. I bought this property from at an auction, and the only way that the Bank of America, right, the only way that they were willing to accept my offer was by me submitting an offer at a conventional loan. And then going into it, I strategically worked it to where I switched my loan into a VA. So I went from having to put down $86,000 to putting zero down. And that's, I think, what it is that we're trying to get at. It's just us connecting with you to give you an idea of a strategy, especially now. And like I'm telling you, things happen for a reason. You said that you just got connected on Clubhouse. There is a reason why you came into this room today, for the same reason that somebody extended this contract on you, and it wasn't even your call to extend it. So this is a blessing, and now we're going to show you how it is that you can capitalize on that blessing.
Hey, Bruno, can I say something real quick?
Yes. Well, one
This
second.
is
One
Sure,
this
second.
brother.
is a rep.
One second. One second. I'm gonna come right back to you, Derek. I got Derek saying might not have gotten this accepted if all the other offers were VA. Okay, as well. She said her offer got accepted because it was conventional. Well, okay. So I'd like to invite you to the stage, brother. What is the difference? Why do you believe that the offer got accepted? Okay. Why would you think that the offer would be different? Okay. So this is one of the misconceptions that a lot of people have. I'm going to ask the question, why would they not accept the VA loan? Okay. So
Because they don't know how to work it.
It no, it's not presented properly. It has to be presented accurately, and well, that's just my opinion.
that is
Tony,
correct.
whenever we would go out, Tony would present the VA, and a lot of times sellers don't know that they want a VA loan. They don't know that they want you. But if the presentation is not presented properly, if it's not packaged, it's almost like when you go to a fine restaurant, you're eating the same food if it's the same quality food as somewhere else, but if it's presented properly, you know, and they sprinkle and they do certain things and they glaze the desserts properly, it's like it's presented to you and it looks more tasteful. And so a lot of times the VA gets a bad rep because people don't take time to understand it, and you just need someone to advocate on your behalf and that understands it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to butt
No,
in.
you're absolutely right. Let me prove the difference. Okay. Number one, the VA loan has the lowest default rate. Number two, the VA has the most lenient credit to get the loan done. Number three, the VA requires no money down. Number four, it looks okay. I'd like to join the stage, but I'm in on the treadmill in the gym. I totally get it though. I'm all for VA and FHA. Lots of agents don't get it though. That's correct, brother. You're absolutely right, Derek, because there's a lot of misconception. You know, the default. Let me read this to you. All right. Default lender protection, 1.98 for the VA loan on default. Conventional loan, 2.47. FHA, 6.10. Okay. All right. So it shows, FHA claims they're not guaranteed even if the lender files a claim. There is a litany of procedures that you have to go through. Okay. The unlike conventional loan, VA comes with a guarantee from Ginnie and for in a government protection. No VA funding fee, lower credit scores, public image of perception that they want to extend to VA to those that have served. So people don't want to get a bad rap of not accepting VA loans, especially veterans. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in regard to conventional and VA loans. It's the best loan out there, the easiest one to get done, and there's no there's no VA loan cap. So if I want to buy a $5 million property, if I have the debt to income to get the $5 million property with the VA, I can do that. The FHA goes to conforming limits and or jumbo loans. Okay, so they're very, very, very strict in regard to making sure that everything goes clean. So there's a multitude of things and misconceptions about the VA loan, and that's why we're here, guys.
And I think that's the biggest thing, Tony, for a lot of listing agents and sellers, because the VA scrutinizes. Because at the end of the day, the VA doesn't want to back a property that has underlying issues that a conventional loan would not address to get approved. So that's another thing that you have to watch out for. Um, the VA loan is here to protect you, and then your agent should know that as well, which is kind of surprising that she pushed you more towards using the conventional. So I will land there, but the VA scrutinizes a property to make sure that it's an actual good investment for you and is in, a good livable state. Some people want to skip over those things that are very important that could, bite you in the butt in the long run, say HVAC or some electrical issues that sometimes the conventional loan you can breeze past those things. But I'll land there. Go ahead, Tony.
Here are some of the things that in regard to that, the VA usually pick on health and safety items, chipping paint and heat, right? And then depending on what type of VA loan, because there is a VA construction loan and a VA rehab loan, there are certain things that's different. So typically, they're not going to pick on anything that's not outside of what people don't normally request anyway. Now, conventional loan doesn't require termites, but if you were doing a conventional loans, would you want to buy a house with termites? And the buyer can pay for that if he wants to. If I'm a buyer and I want to buy a property with the VA loan, I can pay for my own termite clearance. So there's no difference, right? Me as a buyer, I can pay for whatever I want to get that loan done. So,
And that's huge.
okay, I found that when they accept VA, sometimes something is wrong with the property. Okay, all right. So, Madam, come up to the stage because I wanted to debunk these questions. Madam, are you on stage right now? Come to the stage.
Yeah, I know, and I corrected myself right under because I didn't. It was a typo. I was saying that what I found is when they don't accept VA, that typically something's wrong with the property, and I've also found that they don't. It also comes along with not giving like sellers disclosures and stuff like that. So yeah, just like where it seems like they don't want to do the work that's required to make the property safe, as the VA would require.
Bingo. And I'm gonna tell you something with that. If I'm a veteran, I don't want to buy a property that people don't want to give me a property of things they don't want to fix. And me as a real
Right.
estate professional, I don't want to put my veteran in that thing. So it goes back to character, right?
Yeah,
So if
yeah. I'm sorry, Anthony. Can I say something to that? So when Kyler would come out, man, like Kyler would do a phenomenal job at looking at the home. He would, and Anthony would tell you, like, look, this is what I'm looking for. Because like Anthony's teaching you, he's showing you, like, hey, this is how the foundation should look. This tree should not be here. This tree is the roots are gonna get into your pipes. Look that tree up. Okay, that's a good tree. So when you're going through this process, there's tons of things that like you don't know when you're buying a home, because especially if you've never bought a home, you go from renting to owning. It's a completely different mindset. And as you're taking ownership of your life and your finances, you're also taking ownership of this property. and you cannot just no longer go and call the landlord or the property manager and say, hey, can you fix this pipe? So a lot of people don't understand that when you're using the VA loan, man, like it's comforting for me to know that, man, while I'm at work, my kids are in daycare, my wife is doing her thing, and then Anthony's looking at this property, he's telling me like, hey, no, this is not a good fit, this is not a good fit. Or when the VA comes out there, or the appraisal, or when Kyler comes out there and he's doing the inspection, he's going to tell you like, hey man, there's this huge chunk of cement missing in this part of the property and you didn't even see it, or hey, this part of the property is uneven, or this crack is going to do whatever. And then it's like, oh, okay, then that thing that looks like it was a good buy may not be a good fit for you, because it may be some problems later on that you didn't even know that was going to be there. So they don't want to put you in a position to where like you're going to be uncomfortable and then you're going to be frustrated later on.
That's a big part of this thing, man. And I'm gonna tell you what I think, and I could be wrong, but typically when people drive you to do conventional loans, they don't want to do the work. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time. We've done a lot of sales with our staff here, and we wouldn't have landed a multi-million-dollar deal with Grant Cardone if we didn't know what we were talking about. We've been here cooking for 3 hours, guys. And I'm not gonna I'm not the VA construction loan. We're gonna breeze through that, and then I just want to tell you guys, listen. Do not get with an agent that doesn't know VA, because you're going to end up in a position like this young lady. And I don't care. Do whatever you want. Well, how about you help me, because I'm paying you 2.5% to close this deal. So how about you help me find out the right answer versus just doing what's easy. And if they don't want to accept the VA loan, then I need to write more offers on different properties to get that offer accepted. That at the end of the day, that's exactly what it is. But I think we can move on. Let me reset the room for the final reset. Guys, you're in the 10X Vets Explain, and we're talking about the VA Loan Masterclass. I want to give a special shout out to everybody who joined the stage. We have 84 people here right now. I'm going to take this link down in 2 minutes, guys. If you guys want more information, if you're a veteran and you want to partner with us to learn about how to invest with the VA loan, click the link. If you're a real estate professional, mortgage professional that want to become a 10X Vet certified agent, click the link. If you are a military spouse and you're looking to buy or build a business or help you get into personal and professional development through the 10X brand, click the link above our head. Are there any questions in regard to, I'm about to post the YouTube link at the top here in a minute. After I'm about to take that link down. So I got you, brother, in the chat. We're going to post that link in the chat. Somebody put the YouTube channel in the chat, and I want to keep this link up for 1 more minute. Are there any questions before Sierra, Bruno, and Ian go over the VA construction loan?
I have a question, Anthony. It's John Bell.
What's up, Sean? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, John, John. Hey,
oh, what's
brother.
up, John? John, what's up, man? You out here with me?
Not much, man. Yeah, no, it's great. It's great room you're in. And so I had a situation with the VA buyer, and it was way out in Temecula. And on a Sunday, I went to the lady's open house to hand deliver and present my offer. And her question, and this is my question for you, is she says, we don't want to leave the repair items that the VA appraiser could come up with wide open. We want to limit them. And so I said, well, we can change the language that any repairs can be performed at the buyer's expense or at the agent's expense, should they be, topped at a certain dollar amount. Anyway, the good news is we worked it out so that there wasn't anything major that happened. But what can you say about the VA appraisal method and some of those people that do call out things, peeling paint and some crazy things that shouldn't be called out? But what assurances can you give realtors like me and other people on the stage or in the audience of how to deal with the VA appraiser? Because the perception, which is a very wrong perception out there, is that a VA buyer can be a more difficult buyer. I don't subscribe to that, but any feedback you can give me to help others would be great. Thank you, Anthony. Good to be here.
Outstanding. Bruno and Sierra, you guys want to jump in first and then I'll land it?
Yeah, most definitely. So, John, I'll tell you, man. So this is something that is incredibly common, right? Especially here in the area. So I'm also local here to Temecula. I had this happen with me with the property that I purchased, and it was a property that was at an auction, and Bank of America. When I presented my offer, they said no, right, because it was VA. And then the reasons on why they said no is almost verbatim to what you said that you had somebody tell you that. Okay, so really it's just, man, it's you going back to the table and trying to help educate that listing agent, right, for them to understand that when it comes to the appraiser, okay, the appraiser that does the conventional appraisal, right, is the appraiser that does the VA appraisal. Okay, it's also the same person that would do the conventional appraisal. Matter of fact, the appraiser that does conventional, right, typically has more experience and more qualifications for them to be able to do a VA appraisal. Okay, and then I think it's for listing agents to understand that the repair or anything that gets called out by the appraiser doesn't care, and neither does the lender. They don't care who it is that makes that repair. And chances are, if the VA appraiser called it out during the appraisal, there is a very big chance that it was going to be something that was going to be called out by the conventional appraiser anyways. Okay, so depending on what it is, right? And I think that there are very few things like the chipping paint or termites, right? Those are the very few things that are going to be specific to VA. Okay. But like we mentioned before, right, as of June 15th of last year, I want to say, the VA went and they passed something, to go ahead and change that, where now the buyer, right, they are allowed to make the repairs, whereas in before, per the guidelines, the seller was required to make that repair. But now that's been something that's gone for so long that most people don't know that unless they are in the space and they are regularly checking up on the changes that come about with the VA guidelines. So, to answer your question, what I would do if I was in that position, right, I would do really, what you kind of laid out to them to say, okay, hey, look, man, check it out. We can go and then we can make an addendum to the contract. Go ahead and accept this. We're going to go and we're going to write an addendum to say that any repairs will be at the responsibility of the buyer. Now, would I go into that right away like that? I don't know, because it's kind of, you're kind of potentially putting your buyer in a bad spot, but you still have the contingencies that can ultimately get them out. But if that's what's going to ultimately get the offer accepted and that's what the buyer wants and they understand, right? Then I would just offer that to the listener. Just say, look, man, we can go and we can make an addendum, right? That we sign separately. Because remember, the fully executed contract is what needs to be presented to the appraiser. It's what needs to get uploaded into the VA portal whenever they submit for the appraisal. But the addendums don't have to be a part of that. So you can go and you can sign something separate, right? Get the fully executed contract signed by both parties, upload that into the portal, and then get an addendum signed afterwards that won't be presented to the appraiser at all. But that's what I would offer you, brother. Anybody else?
Bingo. Okay, so let me give you some more game too. Usually the VA picks on heat, chipping paint for safety items, and typically chipping paint is something. I mean, a paintbrush, bro. I've gone out and painted over chipping paint and took a picture, and it's good. The reason why they say heat is because heat, they don't want anybody to freeze in the house, right? Doesn't have to have AC. Typically, they pick on health and safety items, you know? So, I don't know what this big misconception of that the VA appraiser just picks on. If anybody could tell me anything besides termite and chipping paint and heat, what else has the VA appraiser called out for you guys? Majority of the
Well, yeah, yeah.
Rug and
Anthony, it
carpet.
would. Well, in California, it's mandatory anyway, but smoke alarms, carbon monoxide,
right.
leaky faucets, things like that.
I've never seen a VA appraiser call out leaky faucet, not once ever.
No, me either. But what I'm saying is, I'm bringing up things that a leaky faucet would be obviously just I just threw that out. But my point is that I'm the realtor.
Yeah, I
If I
know.
see something that I think may be called out, I'm going to fix it. I got my handyman that can come over for $100 and do it. You know what I mean? So I jump in and solve problems. I mean, I'm trying to draw that out, Anthony, because I know you guys are the same way. But the problem is, the challenge is, I should say, that as agents, we have to promote the veterans' rights and their benefit, and it's
Bingo.
a government loan, and we shouldn't skimp on the deposit because even though it's 100% financing, they do have closing costs. Any deposit will be applied to those closing costs. So we got to get in the game and make sure that we're projecting to the seller and the seller's agent that this VA loan is a qualified, bona fide, ready to go, and these kinds of little hurdles are going to be something we can overcome. So that's really my point. Thanks.
And that's and
John, you hit the money, brother. And man, and I'm so glad that you said that, right? You said, man, like I am the real estate professional. It's in the best interest of my clients, and I will do the things that are required, right? And you know what, John? That goes to tell me, man, that you are the professional, right? That people should be leaning on. And you know what? And then you also recognize and you call out the fact that, man, if it's a veteran, right, they have done so much, right? The least that we can do as professionals is to go the extra mile and put a little bit more care and umph, right, behind the things that we do, right? The property that I purchased, John, I'm telling you, man, it was a property, it was a distress. Tony will tell you, Tony was in here with me, right? I had, I had a hole, I had a hole in my drywall, right? I had missing wall plates, and you know what, man? I took my ass to Home Depot, bought a couple of wall plates that I said, you know what? This looks like a safety hazard, right? The holes in the drywall, not a safety hazard. The exposed outlets, right? Safety hazard. It cost me $2.50 to go buy some outlets, and I went around and I replaced them myself before the appraiser came through. And you know what? I went and I did all the things that I anticipated that the appraiser would call out. And mind you, this wasn't even my property, man. I was doing things to make sure that the deal would work out. So I went the extra mile. And John, I can tell that that is what you would do for your clients, man. And I support and salute you, brother.
then I want to close out with this, guys. Like, there's a fundamental difference between the appraiser and the home inspector. The home inspector is the one who checks the plumbing, heating, air, electrical, foundation, and roof. The appraiser gives the valuation of the house. In most cases, the home inspector is the one that's going to call out all of that stuff, and then the appraiser is the one who, the appraisal comes out. Sometimes the stuff that you require on the home inspection doesn't do anything. But the fundamental difference is that as a seller and a buyer, I have the best interest for my client. Right? So if the seller is listing a property and I will accept a VA loan over any loan any day as a seller. And the reason why is because I know beyond a reasonable doubt, at the end of the day, the most important thing is I might have a couple of things that I need to do, but that home's going to close. Right? It's going to close. I've had more conventional and FHA loans drop out of escrow over VA loans. And I've been doing this. We've sold over $1 billion in real estate. $1 billion with a B. And we've had more homes fall out of escrow because of conventional and FHA and cash buyers. Okay, statistically. All right. Does anybody have any other questions or any value to add to the conversation regarding VA loans? Outstanding, man. We got to shut down, man. We've been killing it today. Listen, I'm gonna do me a favor, Bruno. Put the Bruno in. Can you all put the YouTube channel at the top, please? Do me a favor, guys. Click Bruno and myself. Look, we don't have the time to go over the VA construction loan. We gotta close down this room. We were supposed to go for 2 hours. Usually we go for 2 hours, and we went way past 2 hours, guys. Listen, check this out. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna post the YouTube link at the top, so you guys can go back and listen to the replays. I want to give a special shout out to everybody who joined us on Twitter, Facebook, and Clubhouse. Listen, Thursday, put in the chat what you guys want us to talk about. What do you guys want us to talk about on Thursdays? We do Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And tomorrow we'll be talking about the VA home loan benefit in the mortgage syndicate tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. Who has questions regarding that? Okay. What do you guys want us to teach? What do you guys want us to teach on Thursday? Thursday, put it in the chat. Okay. Trust, building wealth for children, LLCs, do another VA loan room. What do you guys want us to teach? Construction loans for Thursday. Okay, doctor, I got construction loans. Who else wants us to teach something on Thursday? Okay. What do y'all want us to talk about Thursday? Okay, I got trust, conventional loans. What else? For the 72 people here in the room today, what do you guys want us to talk about? Put it in the chat right now. And then guys, above my head, okay, you will see the YouTube channel where you guys can join. That's going to be posted here in a minute, okay? Full process of a trust in LLCs. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a long room. All right. Corporate structures. Okay. Ian, corporate structures. He wants me to go over that. All right. So, Ian, did you post the link at the top for the YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's already up there, man. And then for the construction loan, Tony, I'll say this, man. For anybody here, right? If you have a burning thing that you want to know about the construction loan, click on my profile, go to my IG, right, and then shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will personally call you today to tell you about the construction loan and walk you through that process. So all it takes is for you to get on my Instagram, shoot me a message there, and I will connect with you today.
Outstanding. See, that's how we get down, man. We about that action. And then guys, do me a favor. If you got a red ticket, click on the W at the top of the screen. Get in here because Tuesdays and Thursdays, we kick it like a sensei, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time until we finish. And we talk about all things real estate and how to get to the bag. If you click the link above my head, we do a full 3 hours on how to structure trust in LLCs, guys. Okay, you're not going to learn it in this house. If you want to learn about how to structure trust, click the link above my head. We went through that. And myself, Ian, and Bruno have a SITREP podcast dropping soon on how to maximize and negotiate on buying real estate and talking about concessions. We do a whole YouTube on how to leverage concessions. Put concessions in the chat right now. Listen, if you don't know this word and you're buying real estate or selling real estate and you're not leveraging concessions, you're taking an L. So that YouTube is dropping on YouTube. And if you guys want to win in real estate, click that link and you'll be able to see that link and get to the bag in real estate. As Ian, Sierra, myself, Bruno, we talk about concessions and how you can leverage them and why you don't want to negotiate the price down and you want to utilize the money to buy your interest rate down. This has been a phenomenal room. Make sure you follow myself and all of the moderators. Listen, do me a favor. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, click that link above my head and subscribe to the YouTube channel and put a DONE in the chat. I want to see who's actually going to support us by growing our YouTube channel. Guys, we're 230 hours away from going viral, okay? We need your help. So click the link above my head, subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Marin, thank you for subscribing. Who else is going to subscribe to the YouTube channel? We got 72. Can we get at least 20 people who subscribe to the YouTube channel and put a done in the chat? Now, I think I heard Dr. Ashley come off mic. Dr. Ashley, did you have anything to add?
Hey, y'all. I just wanted to tap in really quickly because this room started at, I believe, 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. It's literally almost 4:15. That means you and the team have been running this room and giving so much value for 4 hours. And I really want people to take that into consideration. They don't have to be here answering questions, giving information, troubleshooting scenarios for 4 whole hours of their day. If you have not already clicked the link at the top, it doesn't cost you a thing to give back some love and some support in the way that they gave it to you. You can give it to them just by simply clicking the link and subscribing, just by simply tapping into their Facebook group and joining, by connecting with them on social media, because what that does is you are now spreading their word and you are magnifying their voice by doing that. And if you received a little bit of value today in this 4-hour room, that's what I'm going to ask you to do. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're joining the group. Make sure you're connecting on social media, and make sure you're helping to spread the word because they do great work and they deserve the support.
Man, Man, Ashley be bringing that heat, man. I be like, man, I'm going to subscribe myself, and it's my YouTube channel. All right, so guys, this has been a phenomenal room. Listen, man, I want to say that we love y'all. Listen, we got a lot of stuff to do, man. We got a brokerage changing to a new platform. We got a plan for the 10X Vets. I got Connie here. We have a lot of stuff that we got to do, but we know beyond a reasonable doubt that God gave us this microphone, and we're going to keep screaming it until everybody knows that we are the most recognized, the most savage real estate company out here, advocating and fighting for veterans to invest in real estate. And if you guys want to be a part of that, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. Every time I'm gonna tell you what I do. I take a screenshot of my screen and I look at the people who supported me. And when people are investing and stuff like that, if you want to be a pillar in this movement, okay, support the YouTube channel. Okay, advocate for veterans. Help us, because guess what? If you want to learn, the best way to learn from someone is to help someone. Okay. Help us by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Help us by getting into the Facebook group and showing love. Help us by sharing the room. Help us by putting your comments in the chat. Help us by asking the question that you're sitting in the listening lounge. Help us by getting on stage. Be a proud supporter. And guess what? We will remember those people who helped us get this information out to people who need it, because we helped a lot of people because of you. We want to say thank you. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow in the Mortgage Syndicate. And don't forget, we have the ladies doing the room where the ladies are going to get in there and kick it like a sensei and talk about supporting military and building with military spouses. We need to support the ladies, and then they're going to be running that room. And then also Thursday, we're going to be talking about trust and LLCs explained. Let's freaking go. Have an amazing day on purpose. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Phenomenal room. Thank you guys for showing up. Let's get to the bag, man. Win on purpose. Let's go.